Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. How is everyone doing on this lovely evening, morning, midday, mid-afternoon, mid-brunch, late brunch, barbecue, dinner time, roast time, whatever time it is? Hello, Shadow. How you doing, bud? Paul, my guy, how you doing? And who else we got in there? Lewis, how you doing? Hope you're still here. We have a new style of Infectious Thoughts happening tonight because it is just, I love being curious. Hesky time indeed, yes. But, spag bowl time. I think I'd rather take the spag bowl time. Spag bowl is good. But I have, oh Lord, I have two guests here. Hello, Xavier. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. I have a new idea, okay? Everyone loves drunken stories. Everyone loves them, right? So, I thought, why not find out some other people's drunk stories? And I also get to share mine. And we can have a fun time with it. So, that's what we're going to do. And... oh, Lord. Okay, right. Is everyone ready? I think everyone is ready. Let's go into the main show. And without further ado, let me lower the music ever so slightly. And here is Miss Shigatsu and TackProductions. And so far.
Oh my god, that's amazing that you even have the puppy cam in there. That's awesome.
Oh god, I just popped up the whole OBS and I just stuck it on one screen and
the whole Discord thing.
The whole Discord thing is there. It's all ready. Oh god. Who could this lad be? Well, I am Tav. I've realised I should be sharing my camera, not my actual screen, because you can see both the interview and the other thing. Let me see if I can pop it out as a window projection scene. I can. Oh, okay. Right, let's do it. Change windows. No. Yes. Maybe.
So I have myself on push to talk, which is really weird. I never put myself on push to talk, but you know, as we previously discussed, kids and animals, right?
That's what they always say, never work with children and animals.
Did they actually say that?
Yeah, well, yes, that's what they say. Never work with kids and animals.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. It's the first rule of TV. No children, no animals.
Because they're always unpredictable. You never know what they're going to do. They might decide to poop on the stage in the middle of your scene, and that includes the children.
That actually happened with a TV show here in the UK. I can't remember what it was, but it was like a sketch show that was filmed and broadcast live, and they brought a goat on, and the goat just pooped in the middle of the sketch, and the performers had to try and just deal with it and carry on. Needless to say, it didn't go very well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly why.
Keep going. It's fine. It's fine. Keep going.
Oh my god. Oh, right. So, the main topic of tonight's discussions are drunken stories and adventures of the adult beverage kind.
Oh, I thought this was book club.
No, that's next week.
Oh, okay. No worries. Sorry.
So I don't drink, but I mean, I don't drink alcohol. But here's the thing. I worked for almost 10 years, like nine and a half years. I worked for a competitive adult kickball organization. And it is every bit as ridiculous as it sounds. And the thing is, it was like, there's a heavy, it started off as like social club, right? You know, you like there's Tuesday night softball league or bowling or something. So it started off as like this thing where people would go out and play sports and get drunk. and then go out afterward, get more drunk, and possibly get laid. Whatever. And then it evolved to this thing where like there was a bunch of college students, and they're like, "Hey, I was really good at soccer when I was in high school or college or whatever. I bet you I could kick your ass at kickball." And so then they would come out and be like hyper competitive, and they'd be like, "I'm not gonna drink because I'm hyper competitive." But then as soon as the game was over, they're like, "Fuck it, we're raging." And they'd get completely trashed. They're now dehydrated and worn out and completely shit-faced. And I don't drink, so I was DD. So it was like my job to wrangle all of these chickens that were like wandering around. I ran tournaments around the country for many years, wrangling like post-college age drunk people. I have stories.
Good.
That sounds like a miserable time.
See, I love the fact that I've unknowingly got two people that have worked or do work in the industry. So, love it.
Yeah, I'm not telling any of my stories. You see, I'm going to tell stories, other people's drunken stories that they don't remember, but I witnessed. Because
right.
I was working.
So it wasn't you.
Myself.
It's just your friend that done these things. Right.
No, not even friends. Just customers that I hope to never see again.
Like, I legitimately may have left somebody at a bar one time when I was the DD on accident.
I think it's easily done, though. If you've got a group of people, sometimes, like, survival of the fittest.
Well, yeah, like, my brother
get left behind.
My ex-brother-in-law, laid flooring for a living. I think he doesn't anymore because he got one too many DUIs. And they took away his license and his business, but he was in the flooring business. So he had this like 18-seat conversion van, right? That like he used to haul flooring. And then when it was party time, we'd put all the seats back in, and we'd take everybody out to the bar, and then he'd give me the keys. And it was my job to try and find all these drunken shitheads at the end of the night, get them back into the van, and tow them back home again. And so this one time we went out to a bar, and it got to be closing time, and nobody could find Tom. Tom was just gone. Could not find him. We're like, where the fuck did Tommy go? And then somebody was like, "Oh, I saw him flirting with so-and-so. I think he went home with her." And so, like, we went around and around all over the bar. It's closing time. They're shutting the doors. There's nobody left in the bar. And we're like, we can't find Tom anywhere. Can't find Tom anywhere. So we're finally like, well, I guess he went home with so-and-so. And it turns out that the bar that we were at was actually, like, conjoined with another bar. There were, like, inside doors that went between the two bars.
Oh.
And like they shared a back deck, so you could like go outside one bar, go across the deck, and come back inside the other bar. Yeah, he'd gone next door and was passed out in the bathroom on the floor, and nobody found him. And I was like, well, I guess Tom went home with that chick. And the next day he's like, y'all left me at the bar. I'm like, what? It's not my job to go into the men's restroom of the next bar over to go find you.
But why not?
I think what you need for that kind of job is, like, you can get those alarms that you attach to your keys. So if you ever lose them, you just push the button and then it kind of makes a noise. Everybody gets one of those at the start of the night. And then you just kind of have to summon everybody with the clicker.
Can you imagine?
To come back.
Can you imagine just accidentally pressing a button while you're sitting there and you've got like 15 people that you've got with you? You just accidentally press the button and a whole bunch goes beep, 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 beep.
I mean, in fairness, if that noise comes out, then the bar will empty very quickly.
Right? Tell me about it.
Oh, imagine if you not only had the like the boop boop, like the the doggy set the alarm thing, but like the help me alert also, and like suddenly everybody in the bar starts going off like a car alarm. You've got like 15 car alarms going off inside the bar, and everybody's like, what the fuck is going on?
Can you imagine if it spoke as well? It'd be like, meep, meep, danger, danger.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make your way to the exits of the bar. It is time to go home.
Oh Lord! Also, just
At one
quickly,
point,
sorry.
we actually went to
Oh, no,
the
never mind.
same bar. It was a Halloween party, and somebody had rented an actual bus. Like it was the party bus. So I wasn't driving this time. There, I know. I was like, "Woo! PD time! Get me some water, yes!" So I'm off the hook. Get me one of them virgin rum and cokes on the rocks, yeah, baby. So the bartender laughed. So anyway,
It's all right, I got you.
You got me. Yeah. So it was a Halloween party, right? And so we're all in costume, and I had made myself a straitjacket. Cause why not? Made myself a straitjacket. I see that pause.
Okay.
So I wore this straitjacket, and my hair was about yay long at the time, and I intentionally didn't wash it for like a week ahead of time, so I'd look like real strung out and like gross, and like I put like the makeup around my eyes, so I looked basically like the chick from The Ring, effectively. With like the hair and the eyes and everything, and I'm walking around the bar in a straitjacket with my hands untied. Okay, so like
I was going to ask about that, because otherwise that would have been a very difficult night.
Right. Well, I made sure to put Velcro on the ends of the sleeves so I could actually get my hands out. So if somebody and it wasn't buckles, it was D-rings. So like if somebody decided to be jackass and like try to tie me up, I actually could get out of it pretty easily. Like I designed it on purpose so that because I knew I was gonna be hanging around a bunch of jackass drunk people. But so I'm walking around this bar in a straitjacket with my hands untied, looking somewhat unhinged, like walking up to all the drunk people on the dance floor, and I'm like,
I probably would have leaned the other way and went, oh.
All the drunk people are just like, oh God, what has happened? And so it's the same two bars, right? So I'm like making laps between the two bars, going around around the tables and around the dance floors, and then I'd cut through the patio outside. And at one point, one of the security guards saw me, and he's like,
"Something ain't right."
And I walked up to him. I was like, "Hi, I just want you to know, I'm completely sober. I don't drink. Hi, I'm April." Introduced myself, so I'm like, "No, I swear I am completely sober. You can check me. Like, I don't drink. I'm good. I just want you to know I'm just freaking people out for fun." And he's like, "All right, cool. Go back as you were." And so like that's how I spent my night, just pissing people like all night long. I'm just walking through, watching these drunk people as they get more and more drunk over the course of the night, freaking out more and more about this psycho chick in the straitjacket, like meandering through. And I'm like 5'2", okay? I'm a short person. So I don't stand up above the crowd. And like, it was one of those things where you couldn't see me until I was like right there. It's like, ah!
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like nights like that, if I was approached by you in a night like that and I'd been drinking, I think the response you would have got from me would have been very different than what you would have expected from others, because that's like, as soon as you said I was wearing a straitjacket and I just looked a little bit unhinged, I just heard, potential mate. Okay, hey, how you doing?
Right. So the thing is, though, I was with my now ex-husband, who was the only reason we went, because legitimately, like, I don't drink. What good does it do to me to go on a bar crawl party bus? Like, this is not a thing that I would normally do voluntarily, but it was a group of people that he really wanted to like him. And so he decided he was going to invite himself on this bar crawl. And so we've got, your usual like cabal of like the hot chick on Halloween, the naughty nurse and the sexy firefighter and
not at all scary costumes.
Right, not at all
now
scary.
become.
And he decided he wanted to be, was it Sabretooth that year? He was Sabretooth from the X-Men comics. He wanted to be Sabretooth. So he asked me, because I sew, or I used to. This was the second year in a row, and after this I was like, I swear to God, if you ever ask me to work with spandex again, I'm leaving you. And I did leave him, but it wasn't because of the spandex. The year before that, he wanted to go as the Hurricane, the pro wrestler, like with the cape and the leggings and the mask and the wrestling boots and everything. And for those of you who don't know who the Hurricane is, look up Shane Helms. He's a middleweight wrestler, and his whole shtick was that he was a superhero, right? So he like had a cape, and he did this whole thing where like he would do skits with like The Rock and everything, and they would pretend to see him like fly away at the end of the scene. They'd be like, "Oh, look at him go!" So he decided he wanted to be that. But this year he wanted to be Sabretooth. So I made him the full body spandex X-Men Sabretooth with the red and the gold, and the gauntlets with the spandex gloves, cut open the are you gonna make a mess over there, man? I'm watching you, pro. I'm watching you.
I work with soda guns, not bottled.
I'm waiting for that to just be like all over the place.
That's my get out clause. It's such a high stress environment, this, because there's a lot of electronics everywhere. If I spill any of this, then my entire life is up in smoke.
Yeah, I imagine so.
If you start to go frame by frame, we know something's wrong.
Yeah, I think you'll just have to. If anything goes wrong.
Exactly. Just pause. It'll be fine.
Talking about pauses and having random things happen. So, as Paul has noted earlier, that it's pretty much going to be only me that's like
sorry, that's kind of loud.
Unveiling. No, it's that we can't hear it. It's fine.
Okay,
it's kind of unveiling about as much as I possibly would from my own life. So, the time is several years ago. I decided to go on a lad's holiday with a few of my friends. I went with 3 of my friends, all males, all in their teens, prime of the sexual activities, and, just going out, having a good time, having a few drinks, a few too many drinks, and obviously learning lessons the hard way, but, it was fun. So we went to Zante in, I think that's Greece.
Zante is Greece.
Yes. Well, on this particular night, we decided to go to a paint party. And for those that don't know what a paint party is, they would have water guns filled with paint. Water-soluble paint that was non-toxic, so that, it didn't actually blind people.
Oh, well, good. Thank goodness for that.
Right. Oh, good. Yeah.
Obviously, they thought
all
about
my concerns have been allayed.
Literally.
Thank God it was the non-toxic water-soluble paint. Oh.
Right. Thank God.
Oh, God.
I was worried this was gonna go somewhere.
It does. It does. But
everyone else's drunken stories are about getting laid, whereas Tabs is about getting lead poisoning from paint.
Yeah, I never said what we was drinking. Like, full disclaimer: do not drink paint. It's not good for you. Okay.
No, drinking paint's a bad idea. Don't do it.
But so we went out. We went out beforehand. We was drinking for most of the day, and we headed to this club, and it was huge. It was absolutely had 3 stories, but it was kind of like a amphitheater kind of set up where they'd have like the main dance floor area, which had a few podiums for some of the dancers, and then there was a few more levels for the VIPs, and then above that was the real rich people that would have a private table, have their own drinks and all the rest of it. Anyway, quite literally, when you go to like amusement parks and they've got those little water guns that you can squirt at the water people,
yeah,
like that, but with the paint. They would have that from the top floor. Hey, Mr. Renegade, how's it going? And Various, hello. Well, what had happened is that the party had started. The paint party was in flow. The paint has not yet been released, but there was foam cannons, and the foam cannons drenched everyone, right? And we knew as a paint party...
So we had foam cannons and paint guns?
Yes. So the foam cannons were made by the actual establishment. They had a great big old opening that just squirted and just blasted foam everywhere, right? Absolutely amazing, right? You couldn't see anything while they were hitting you, but regardless, we was having a great time. We was dancing away, and of course, me being the single me that I was, not having many, not having much clarity, I made eye contact with the chosen target, which seemed to be quite literally. Target locked. And I quite literally, I saw her, and I went to approach, and obviously liquid courage, and then say hello, and then whatever. Obviously shouting because all the music was going on, and the standard, yeah, you're right.
To communicate in a situation like that.
Right, tell me about it.
You want to dance with me?
Oh no, my first interaction was, you look hot. That was pretty much.
Well, yeah, I
Which is
saw.
understandable because this is Greece.
Oh my god. And I literally...
Was it a woman in a straitjacket?
It wasn't, but you'll find out as to why she mightn't have needed to be. Anyway.
Do I need to go put my straitjacket on, or like at least bring it out? Because I will if you need me.
I will not be able to stand up out of this seat, okay? Just no. So
Sam goes to get up and the camera just goes.
Oh, no.
I disconnected it. Oh no, that's bad. All that for a joke.
Oh, good
Leave it
job.
with me.
Good job, Tack.
Oh man, that wasn't worth it. That wasn't worth it at all.
Prostrum.
I
Do you know,
love this.
all this time I was worried about kicking the cable out of the back when really I should have been worried about pulling it out of the camera instead.
So while Tack is trying to figure out how to get his camera turned back on again, finish your stories. So you walked up to this young lady, very suave-like, completely like collected and calm.
Yep, making her own moves, doing her own bits. And
No, I meant you. You were suave and collected, making your move.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. So obviously approaching, and then all of a sudden the paint began to be fired, and I got literally drenched within the first blast. Anyway, another 6 blasts comes along, everyone gets drenched in paint. There's paint everywhere, all different colors, all different sorts. I'm wearing a white top, okay?
I was just about to ask, you were wearing white, right?
Yes, I was wearing a white top, and it was hot, so you could even walk the streets at night, like early in the morning, right? Oh, it's working, Tack. It's working. It's doing. Okay. It's going good. It's fine.
Worry not, everybody. The eye candy has returned.
Hey.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I was worried I was going to have to carry this shit.
Wow. Oh, God. And all of a sudden, I had made contact with Z lady, which I still to this day do not know her name, because it was a very much a physical interaction that we made. So obviously we started kissing in the middle of the dance floor. Then she took a couple of steps back, and my friend that was with me was like, hey, take her home, right? And then my other friends joined in, and then the group around them joined in. And then as the group around them joined in, she decided to get a little bit riled up. So she grabs my top and just literally rips it in half, right? That in half down the middle, right? Which to me,
like
right,
your eyes just go.
quite literally. So she, as the second she ripped it, I was like, my God, this is gonna be one strange night. And anyway, so the group around them, eventually it kind of just rippled out, similar to like when a stone hits a droplet, and it got to the point of where the DJ was shouting, "Take her home, take her home." So natural progression.
I just gotta interject here real quick. I gotta interject. I have tried to tear clothing. Like, as previously mentioned, I make clothes. I sew things. I have tried. It takes an awfully fucking lot of effort to tear a shirt. To just like.
Oh, she had a welder's grip.
That is impressive. I'm terrified.
Yeah. Oh, she had a welder's grip.
I've never heard that. That's an incredible expression. I love it.
And there was no buttons. It was just a standard rounded collar neck like t-shirt. And anyway, I found out later on just how strong her welder's grip was. But anyway, of the natural progression of things after being quite literally told by the whole club to take her home was to obviously start making a move. And
right. I mean, well, I guess I don't have a choice now. I guess we're taking her home.
Right. And then obviously it was all consensual. We all started walking away, and then we just we stepped outside and we realized that it's the peak of the night. There is no taxis out, and we was quite close to the beach, so we thought, let's just go for a little stroll. Anyway, we'd ended up at the beachfront, and hey, beach, how's it going? And well, one thing led to another. We started making sand angels on a beach, and it was
sand in all the places.
Oh no, we kept certain bits elevated. Yes.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I'm a thoughtful guy, you see. Thoughtful guy. And
she would have laid down to do a sand angel, and you went, "Oh God, no! Lift up a little bit.
Let me help you.
Thank me. Thank me.
Thank you later. Trust me.
Work the core, and it'll be incredible."
Oh yeah. No comment. Because obviously, after we finished making sand angels,
something else.
No, nothing else was made. I hope. No, I don't think it. No. Anyway, so we'd finished making sand angels, and I noticed that there was a slight cheering behind me, but I didn't know what it was. Now, I have completely forgotten, it's completely escaped my mind, the fact that if there's a beachfront and there's normally a party town behind it, there's normally several tiers of bars, and they all have outside terraces. And all of them were open. And all of them were cheering behind me, which was obviously masked by a different sound, until that sound had finished, and I had turned around to see a whole literal, as far as I could see, up and down the beach of people cheering on. Now I'm thinking,
you had an audience.
I literally thought to myself, like, this is just like that movie when I go when they're getting ready to charge into battle, right? And yeah, so I offered to help her up, and she said no, she needs to sit down for a while. And I said, I'd like to go back to the club. And she said, no, it's fine, you go ahead, I'm gonna be here a while. I yet again asked if she would like some company, followed by no, just leave me alone, please, I need some time. Right?
Yes. Oh my god. No,
But-
no, I need some time. I mean, I won't say I haven't said that after. I mean, because
In my head, there's just
there's this moment, you know, when the high comes down and you kind of go, "Oh dear God, what have I done? What have I done? That was so dumb. Oh God, I'm never forgetting this.
I like the idea that she's just
Of
sat on
the
the
things
beach.
I have done. I need to go home and reconsider my life."
On the
I-
beach, like this shell-shocked husk of a person, like, I need some time.
she was literally, I need to sit
I'm
down
gonna
for a
stay
while.
here for a little while.
She-
You go. I just no. You go.
No, please go. Please, just go. Go away, please.
so
I did actually laugh at a guy one time afterward. He legitimately did. Okay, there was no alcohol involved in this. This was not completely sober.
oh my god.
Guy that I'd had a crush on since high school. We finally hooked up in college, and at one point he looked at me afterward and he's like, "Hey, was it good for you?" And I'm like, "Don't ask. Just don't ask. Just no."
The greatest insult, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, it was.
So, how was it for you?
was that wait
Never speak of this again. Let's never. It was bad. It was really, really bad. You know, like I know. I'm just gonna like. I have lots of stories about sex. I'm just gonna say that I got lots of stories about sex. I've never been drunk. I've never been high. I've never been stoned. But boy, do I have a lot of stories about sex. And I just gotta tell you, I know guys are very, very like, you know, their manhood. It's very important to them. And for the most part, like I'm not gonna make fun of a dude regardless of, you know, whatever. Because I wouldn't want that of myself, and I am at least that respectful. However, this dude was hung like a tic tac. Right? Legitimately, in the time it took to open the condom, he went soft again. Could not keep the condom on. He was so fucking small. I'm pretty sure he got a belly ache when he got a hard on. Just he was an innie, you know, like he was so bad. And then, I mean, like I was still pretty. Wasn't a virgin, but you know, not far off from it. I had only been like with one other guy, and legitimately, I should never have to ask a dude, "Is it in?" And afterwards, when he's like, "Was it good for you?" I'm like, "Did it happen? Did it act? Did something happen there? Because I'm not sure." Yeah, did something actually happen there? So yeah, like he's the one dude that and the next morning when the alarm went off, because I had to go to work and I had to go work on the other side of town, so I still had to go back home and change and like get dressed and all that shit. The alarm went off the next morning. He pulled the covers off, actually physically pushed me out of the bed, put the blankets back over, and rolled back over. I was like, seriously, dude? Seriously. And then he had the gall to call me again later and be like, "So, you want to come back?"
So you wanna
Round two?
you wanna go for a bit of nipple play again?
Round two? No, dude, I fucking don't. Here's a dildo. Like, go stop something. I don't care. Just like,
Oh my god!
no,
Wow.
bad, really, really bad. And then and here's the thing that kills me. So at the time, we were still relatively recent out of high school. He was like a kind of good-looking, fit young man. You know, he smelled nice, got a nice haircut. You know, is well built. I mean, aside from being hung like a tic tac. And
I don't think hung is the correct word to use here. I think more like posted.
A little sticky note. You know, ones they stick out of books. Just a little slim rectangle.
100 pounds, and I don't even honestly know how that's physically possible. I don't know how if he was that small when he was like 175, I don't know how he's physically got enough dick to make penetration to get her pregnant twice. Like, I don't know how that's physically possible. Like, was there artificial insemination involved? Because there's gotta be. Like, there had to be a turkey baster somewhere in there, right? Like, that. That can't be natural. I'm sure he didn't do that on his own.
Oh my god.
Find the way. Exactly.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. So, obviously, after she told me to, so not only was it a massive pat on the back for me when she said, I need to kind of, like, sit down for a minute. I obviously, she said, just go. I'm going to be sitting down for a while. So, obviously, I'm walking back into this club, victorious, like I've just fought a whole army, right? Somehow I've still got some energy. Anyway, we finish out the rest of the night. We head back to the hotel. And the next day, see, our morning routine was that we'd go downstairs by the pool, and what I would have for breakfast was, oh, pardon me, 2 cheese and ham toasties and a vodka slush puppy, which is like a icy ice cone sort of thing, but with vodka and flavors.
Right,
anyway,
right.
So that was
shaved ice vodka.
Yeah, basically, and that was my breakfast. And yeah. Anyway,
Zanti.
Hey,
yeah.
listen, ain't nothing wrong with a couple ham and cheese, like grilled cheese sandwiches with ham. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I would absolutely kill some of that.
Yeah, that was literally every morning. That was my breakfast. Anyway, the day goes on.
That on my shopping list for this week.
The day goes on.
Grilled ham and
and we head to the local watering hole, and we notice, like, hey, is that the girl you was with last night? I was like, I think so.
I think it might have been. She looked different.
I tried to make eye contact, but she was so we was on one side of the street and she was on the other side of the street in a different establishment. Both of them were open, so I tried to make eye contact. She didn't actually look our way at all. Don't know whether she previously spotted me or not. Anyway, I wasn't really going to chase that. That was a battle already won. I then go about playing the game of pool that I was, followed by, "Hi, hey Tav, what did you say that you did last night?" I was like, yeah, we went to the beach and done stuff. Oh, right. What stuff did you do? And obviously I went into a bit more detail, and they so shortly followed it by, "Oh, is that why she's limping then?"
I mean, I will say sometimes that happens.
Yeah, but that's the only time that's happened. So
And also, I'm not sure whether it's to do with that or if there's like some detail you're missing out, like, oh yeah,
Right.
we did that, and then I just stamped on her ankle.
Right. Like, being on the beach, it's hard to stand on sand and like try to get any sort of thrusting motion. Like sand, depending on whether it's wet or dry sand, that's really tricky. And I imagine Greece has really nice sand, unlike America, where it's just, seagull poop and
I find it.
I don't know. So anyway,
I find it really hard not to say, "I got a guy that can show you how."
I mean, like, maybe she just like fell over, and busted her ankle.
Maybe. Either way, it was the ultimate
You
pat on the
can
back for
take
me.
it for your win, though. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a win for me.
Yeah,
Ignorance is bliss. What you don't know doesn't hurt. Right.
Right, exactly. Like, you don't know, maybe she was just like, God, that was so bad.
Right?
Or maybe it was just like, he was so big, I can't even sit down now. Like,
It definitely
I don't
wasn't
know.
that.
I dated a dude in college who jerked off so much.
Oh my
He
God.
couldn't actually get off from sex. Like the only way he could get off was with his own hand. And there was one day, like my parents were out of town. We were like 21, 22. We were like, fuck yeah, we got the whole house to ourselves. He came out from college. And it was like 7 hours later. I'm like, listen, dude, I have done everything I know how to do. Every trick in my repertoire. And I still can't get you off. I consider myself to be relatively decent at these things. I can't get you off. Here's some tissue, deal with yourself. I can't walk at this point, okay? I am going to be limping for days. I am not going to be able to sit down. This is, peeing is going to hurt. And I'm dehydrated. Do you want some toast? Because, like, I'm fucking hungry, man. Just here, you deal with this. I'll be back.
I can imagine.
Okay, I mean, sometimes that happens. It's just like, dude, get yourself off already. Come on. This is gonna go on.
Midway through activities, would you like a snack?
Do you want some toast?
Okay, so the "you want some toast" line actually came from a friend's story. Guy that I dated in college, he took a girl to prom. She went home with his friend.
Oof.
Oh.
Yeah.
Peace out, people. I'm out.
Also, hi, Snake. Hi, Paul. Hi, Lois. Hi, everybody. So anyway, so apparently at some point, these two kids, high school students, they went off and they were like doing their thing, whatever. And apparently at some point in the middle of it, Nick stopped and looked at her and was like, hey, you want some toast? I could go for some toast. And like legitimately just got up and walked away from making out with this chick.
Wow. In my book, that is the highest tier of arsehole that you could possibly be.
Well, yeah, no, and you know what's worse?
And the highest tier of hungry.
Right, that too.
They got married. They're still married like 20 some odd years later.
I hope they get each other a slice of toast each year or something like that. Just.
I know. I'm just like, damn, she must have really low standards. That's all I'm saying. You at least wait until the end to offer toast. I mean, sex is not great work. It is. But then there's also times, and like I said, I don't have drunk stories. I got sex stories. I woke up in the middle of making out with this dude one time. I was like, oh, right, we were making out, and I fell asleep.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
That's saying something.
Anything you want to add?
I can't think of anything I could possibly add.
Oh, fine. Start a new one.
It's astonishing.
Oh my God, Snake.
This one time at band camp, it had nothing to do with drumsticks or flutes, but I'll tell you, the back of my buddy's blazer will never be the same.
Hey, Egg, this is not the stream to be shaking your head at.
It's not one of them.
Oh my God, that went off on a completely different tangent from drunken stories. Oh my God.
I mean, I can tell you that I did not realize whiskey dick was a real thing until I tried to date a guy that was a fiddler in an Irish band.
Yeah, no, it is real.
Isn't that an Ed Sheeran lyric?
What?
I didn't realize whiskey finger was a thing till I dated a guy in an Irish band. Or not? What? It's something like that, isn't it?
It happens. It happens. All right.
What kind of reverse Ed Sheeran? What the shit? Maybe Ed Sheeran was a guy in an Irish band. I don't know.
Fell in love with a fiddler from an Irish gran. I don't
Irish
know,
gran? What? I mean,
something about Ed Sheeran. I don't know.
There you go. Egg's got it. She played the fiddle in an Irish band. Something like that. I don't know how it goes. I'm just sure it's Ed Sheeran.
She played a fiddle in an Irish band. Yes.
Didn't realise whiskey finger was a thing. Like,
yeah.
Is it?
I don't think whiskey finger is a thing, though. I'm pretty sure that's not a thing.
Oh,
P.S. P.S. The fiddle is actually a what's it called?
Violin.
That's
It's a
it.
violin.
Yeah.
Oh god, people are going to clip that.
There were two kinds of Irish fiddler, and it's important that we know which one we're discussing.
Well, okay, so I'm told the only difference between a violin and a fiddle is the way you hold the bow and the music that you're playing.
Yeah, I've been told that too.
That's what I've been told. Because I was a violinist. I did play violin. Loads many years ago. I was bad. I was so bad at it. I was so bad at it. I quit the violin and took up the drums because I was like, that's a bigger target. I can hit this one. We both violin soloists. Hey, Egg, I think we need to be besties right now. Besties, Biggie Sweet. We need to be besties. Yeah, No, I was not a fiddler. I was not nearly good enough to be a fiddler. I was a violinist. And I was bad. I was born in January, actually. I'm a New Year's baby.
Oh my god.
You play the drums. Is that like the dumbs or the drunks? There's the drunk dumbs, the drunk drums.
I think it's the drums, but badly.
Yeah, the drums, but badly.
I play drums as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
I do. I would show you my drum kit, but I'm afraid if I pick up my camera again, it'll explode. So you'll have to take my word for it.
Technically, I was, depending on who you ask, I wasn't a drummer because I was a timpanist. The timpani is still a drum.
It is.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I would agree.
Still a drum, but I wasn't in the drum line, and so all the drummers were like, whatever, you're a percussionist, you're not a drummer. Oh my god, okay, yeah. Timpani is drum, right?
Yeah.
It is a drum instrument, though. So there. Penny is now decided the whole couch is hers. The whole couch. This is all mine.
They're snuggling. They're fine.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, I was. Whoa, hey, Mr. Renegade with a story.
Oh, years ago, I had an old Camaro with 12-inch subs in the trunk. Oh, multiples, right? Okay. A few girls were sitting in the back fin of my car, and I had one of those first car stereos with a remote. And let's just say I turned up the bass on the car, and both girls were like, "Oh, please keep that song going." And the agony on their car lived away. I was gonna like, I need a day. So my God, this is what you did.
Wow, Ren.
I suddenly want to get some subwoofers for my car.
That requires having a car with a trunk. I'm gonna need a new car.
No, my car's got a trunk. Oh, that's
Although I will say you can definitely set up subs in the trunk of and I do apologize, I've gone blurry again. My face has decided to do a thing. But hey, I can fix it this time. I can fix it this time. Hey, remember how we just had to deal with that last time? I know how to fix it now. I know how to fix this. Okay. Anyway, you can put subs in the trunk of a hatchback, and boy, does it make a lot of noise.
Oh, does it now, Miss Shigatsu?
It
does
a lot of noise. You point the yes. Okay, there we go. Haha! I'm not blurry anymore. Yay! You point those subs at the back window, and it like turns the whole trunk area into one big like echo chamber.
Yeah. I'm aware of how
all the reverbs.
Yeah, I'm aware of how the acoustics would work, and I have actually looked into it beforehand. It would have set me back a rather large amount of money to have what I wanted done, but as Mr. Renegade has just reminded me, it seems like I'm also going to be looking back into that. It's just natural wet spots. My friend's got the wet tray. Wet tail. Oh Lord. All right.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my lord.
I'm impressed that you let two chicks sit on the spoiler and that the spoiler didn't break. I'm just like, that's impressive. Your spoiler didn't break with two chicks sitting on it.
I'm gonna change this to not drunken stories. I'll just change this with after hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just going with after hours, inappropriate stories.
This is better worded, yeah.
You made the spoiler. You made the spoiler out of
Aircraft
aircraft aluminum.
aluminium. Okay.
No,
All right.
no, the spelling is different because
How
I've
is it?
noticed this as well. Aluminum has one eye, aluminium has two.
No, I'm not having this. Hold on.
Yeah. So, like, although it's the same material, the Americanized spelling has one eye, and so it's aluminum as opposed to
Random
the
trivia. Do
British
you
spelling.
know why American spelling is different?
I do not. I just know that it is.
Do you know what? That's actually
Because
true.
we're
Oh my god,
cheap.
what?
Because we're cheap. I'm not kidding about that. The reason they changed the spelling of things in America to remove the extra letters was to save money on printing.
I mean, I guess it adds up by the end
Does
of it.
all those extra little letters, taking out all those random, stupid, useless U's and E's and I's, apparently. But yeah, so that's legitimately why color in America is COLOR.
Interesting. I didn't know that. The more you know.
Why did we mute egg? Ah, gotcha.
Yes, one of those.
Gotcha.
Gotta stick with Twitch TOS, unfortunately.
Yeah.
As much as this
There-
is after hours.
Right.
Yeah. When we do
Alcohol
that
is one thing,
24 hours.
drugs something else entirely. Yeah. There's a guy who frequents my stream who always is talking about doing drugs and how much he loves it and wants to be a drug dealer. I'm like, yeah, we're not going to talk about that here. I do not endorse drug use on my stream. I do not condone or endorse
Yes.
because I like my job. Thank you very much. I like being here. And whether or not I actually would off stream, completely irrelevant. We're not going to talk about drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So the puppies apparently are being fussy here. And I see we have potentially a new someone trying to join us here.
New challenger.
Possibly.
A new challenger.
I'm
Player
not
3
sure.
has arrived.
I'm not sure if he's going to be using a camera, but if he is, I'm going to have to do a lot of jigging around.
I mean, I can turn off
Good
the puppy cam if
evening.
you want.
Good evening.
I can do camera
Okay, right.
if you'd like me to.
I can do.
I can be floaty head.
Go. Do it.
Good word.
Okay.
Please,
Okay.
just a disembodied head.
But do you know what? It's fine,
just-
actually,
yeah.
because this is perfect time to have a little switch around of everything, because we're running up to the hour mark. So what we'll do, ladies and gentlemen, is that we're going to go have a quick little break, sort out a couple of technical things here and there, and we will be back in roughly 10 minutes. So go have a snack, go stretch your back, if need be, have a nap, and see us when we get back. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. How everyone had a lovely evening. Hello, Mr. Nomsky. Nomsky. Hello, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Hope everyone had a lovely break. April's just got back from walking her dogs, so yes.
Yes.
Oh God.
Here's to having my own yard and not living in an apartment.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Where's my drink?
A wild Nomsky? What? What's that?
Ooh.
What's that?
Hey, Nay. I didn't actually say hello to Sam either. So. Hi, Egg.
That's Miss Nomsky. Whoa.
Miss
Yeah.
Nomsky to me. Oh. Yeah, you
Well,
tell me
good
what
evening,
to
all.
do.
Cheers.
Oh, we've got a new comer to the show. Say hello, everyone, to JeTZzOfficial.
JeTZzOfficial. How are you
Hi,
doing,
Jet.
Jet?
Official.
I'm a bit knackered. I literally just got back from shopping, put it all away, and got myself a lovely glass of Sex on the Beach. So, you know, we chilling.
Okay,
we chilling
so-
tonight.
For those of you who don't speak British, is knackered tired or drunk?
Tired.
Okay.
Tired. Yep.
Yeah, so knackered, shattered. Yeah, I think those are the two main ones.
Yeah, I feel like shattered could also be tired or drunk.
Anything means drunk. Anything
Literally.
in the past tense in the UK.
Yeah, we
means
could
drunk.
pretty much make anything sound drunk.
Yeah.
Mostly because that's just the general mood of the country right now.
I mean, as in you used your knackers?
What is, what-
Yeah, I think that's probably where it came from. You used your knackers and now you're knackered because the knackers are knackered.
what are knackers?
What are knackers?
What,
Are
what
those
you,
like
what you used on
tatas
the
or
beach?
pants?
I don't. What? Right. Okay. Right. I'm
You
googling
used
this.
your knackers and a girl wasn't able to sit down.
Don't Google it, Tab. It'll be man parts.
Don't Google it.
100%
Don't
it'll be
Google it.
man parts.
Your
Safe
bits and
search.
pieces.
Safe search.
Okay.
Okay. So right. So according to Google Dictionary, knackers, number 1, British, a person whose business it is to dispose of dead or unwanted animals, especially those whose flesh is not fit for human consumption.
So
Verb,
roadkill.
third person, present, knackers, tire someone out. This weekend
Yeah.
has really knackered me. Number
Yeah.
2, damage something severely. I've
Yeah.
knackered my ankle playing on Sunday.
Yeah.
There we go. See, these can be educational too.
But you can also get a kick in the knackers and it really hurts.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. All
I
right.
feel like this has become this word is like aloha,
Is this just
which
a meme?
can mean hello, goodbye,
We
or
can
I
use it
love
for
you
everything.
in context.
I thought that was a common thing. Otherwise, I've been doing that a
That's-
lot, and
it's a
everybody
common thing
around
for
me has
British
been
people.
agreeing with me. Go, oh, my knacker's really hurt, and they go, oh yeah.
Oh
mean-
my lord.
I just maybe that's just you, man. Maybe that's just people just being too polite to be like, "Oh,
Please,
fucking make
Adams
this
said
shit up."
knackers means balls, but even Urban Dictionary doesn't back. What? Oh well.
Wow.
then I'm entirely wrong then. If it's not an Urban Dictionary, it doesn't count.
Right?
That is true. That is
If
true.
a British person describes someone using a past tense participle, it probably means drunk.
Yep.
Nuts.
You're probably thinking of nads. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard them called knackers before as well.
Well, I've heard
To
of
be fair, I've heard them called
knockers.
knackers. That might just be a London thing.
I've heard of certain things being called knockers, but they weren't down there on men.
Yeah,
they were
but
up here on women.
I ain't been kicked. I ain't been kicked in them yet.
Well, true.
I'm within reach.
Oh my lord.
That's
Right.
Tack, I'll give it a go. I'll try and reach.
Hey! I do not endorse kicking of knockers here. Okay, we just appreciate a lovely set of knockers. All right.
Right? Knockers are for appreciating and holding up shirts.
I am here to support knockers. I'm here to support knockers. Okay, I'm here.
So you're like an athletic supporter, but for boobs.
I'm like a human bra. Oh Lord. Right.
There's no saving this stream. I don't know what you were talking about, Paul. This stream has been glorious.
The stream doesn't need saving.
It
No.
does not
You need
saving. They're amazing.
Hey, Mash, how you doing?
What is up, Ditto? Who's that girl? Who's
Oh
that
my
girl? It's
Been a
Jess.
glorious. Oh.
There's only
Okay.
funny if you've never seen the new girl, but whatever, it's fine.
So
Yes,
we've
I have
had
seen it.
a story
I've
from
gone for it,
myself, and we've had a story from April or Miss Shigatsu.
Oh, I've heard many
Tack.
stories.
Take a story away. We'll go round the table.
Okay. So let's take you back to what
Back in my day.
Okay, look, I know I'm old comparatively, but like that's enough of that. So yeah, it doesn't matter when it was really. Let's say 17, I think 16 or 17. Which, for context, puts that at 12 years ago. I was at a. I don't want to call it a party because there were only 4 other people there. So let's just call it a hangout. Me and some friends were at a hangout, and like I'd not really drunk. I was a good boy. I didn't really drink until it would have been legal for me to do so.
So well behaved.
which is 18 in the UK for anybody. So I was technically underage when I was at this gathering of friends, and I didn't really know any of them all that well. I knew one of them a bit, and then there were just other people there. But anyway, the alcohol that was on offer was vodka and Jack Daniels, and the mixer tended to be, I think it was probably Coke or Monster that comes in like the yellow, not the yellow can, but has like the yellow claw mark on it.
Yeah.
Like the classy drinks.
The class drinks, the fancy ones.
Yeah. JD and Yellow Monster.
Yum.
Well, anyway, like for most of the night, it was vodka and the Yellow Monster, and then I don't know, either one of them ran out, probably the Monster. So I was like, well, I'll pivot to the JD then, and ended up having about half a bottle of that on top of the vodka Monster. And so I didn't really know these people all that well, but I was like, oh, just hang out and drink, it's fine. And we just sat on the couch, and then I had the feeling in my stomach for like, that cat is adorable. I've been completely distracted.
Lucky Penny's not watching.
What? A wild pussy has arrived.
And it's got all my attention. Thank you, Lois. I see that. The Yellow Monster is the most vile thing. I see that. I am in complete concurrence. The Yellow Monster is the worst one.
I only drink the Monster in the white can with the silver, the sugar-free kind.
I know the one.
Because I don't want none of that sugar shit. No sugar for me, only straight caffeine.
Just caffeine.
Just cocaine. Right, I mean, just caffeine.
Caffeine, yep. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, so I've been like, I had the feeling, I was like, it's time for everything I've consumed today to make its exit. So I had to so I got up from the couch and stumbled over to where the stairs were, but had ridiculous room spin, so the stairs weren't actually where I thought they were. By the time I made it to where I thought the stairs were, they rotated around to the other side of the room. I seem to remember. Anyway, made it up the stairs and was then just stuck in their bathroom for ages, to the point where I'd expelled everything. I'm trying to be polite, you know. I know this is a public forum.
Lighter.
And then I was just kind of heaving and then nothing was coming out. I was just heaving. So they called an ambulance to come and get me.
Oh no.
That's not good.
It's really not good. So my housemate and one of my best friends is downstairs at the moment, and he's a nurse, and I'm sure that it really winds him up when he gets drunk. People get dropped off at the hospital from like you're wasting our time. So yeah, they called the ambulance to come and get me. I just remember sort of basically just kind of being like on the you know, when you have no energy to hold yourself up, you just kind of there, regretting every decision you've ever made. No, you know.
I've so done that so many times.
Oh, the joys of being drunk. I'm so sorry I have missed out on all of this.
Ah, it's fine. Don't worry.
I mean, the thing, at the time, it was horrible, but I'm glad this kind of happened because, you know, otherwise this would just be 20 minutes of me sat here just looking down the lens going... So at least I've got some content for the stream now. I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know at the time that 12 years later I'd be regaling the internet with this story, but, you know, here we go.
You're welcome!
So yeah, I remember like they sent like a first responder car first, like not the ambulance. They send a car out first just to double check that you do need the ambulance to come, or something like that. I know they have similar ones for the fire brigade as well. And I'm like, you can imagine if you have a fire and they send the car, you'd be like,
right.
Can't I have the fire truck?
I want the big thing. I want the woo-woo lights.
Fire truck.
Like,
I wasn't.
He's just got the water in his car's radiator. I ain't gonna put a fire out. I'm gonna put a match out.
He walks out with just a bottle.
It's
a water bottle.
I'm ready.
But I remember just kind of like the paramedic came up and was like, "Okay, what's your name?" I was like, you know, went through all the personal information and stuff. He's like, "Okay, how much have you had to drink tonight?" I'm like, "I don't know. I barely know who these people are. Never mind what I've drank tonight." So he came to the conclusion that yes, I did in fact need the hospital. So he put a call in. They sent the ambulance round to come and pick me up. And I remember, bearing in mind the amount of difficulty it took me to get up the stairs, I made it down the stairs with the help of about, I think it must have been 3 or 4 people. Sort
Wow.
of, like I had my arms over their shoulders, but was clearly so. It was just dead weight.
That's definitely not a comment on your weight at all, is it?
Well, it's why I'm so slim now. That it gave me a real complex that evening. That evening, I vowed to never go over 11 stone ever again. And
I will only need 2 people to carry me.
We'll get onto the whipped cream story, Shiv.
Hold up. Right, okay. So I had. Okay, right. I'm looking forward to this one.
Wait, what? Whipped cream? What?
Mostly because I don't particularly remember that.
Oh no.
Wait.
Oh wait, yeah.
You know when you say something out loud and then a couple of seconds later you go,
oh no.
I didn't think the context of that too. Shiv's left chat. You know what? She's got the right idea.
It's too late now. So you're being carried down the stairs by
2 paramedics and 2 of these people that I'd met that night. Got to the bottom of the stairs, put my shoes on flawlessly, I'll just say, and they like lace-up Converse shoes. Like, we're not just talking slip-ons. I had no ability to negotiate stairs, but perfect like tactile dexterity to be able to put my shoes on. Priorities, I guess. But yeah, they stuffed me in the back of the ambulance. And I was just kind of there. I had one of those kidney dishes, and it was just kind of sort of the head down as we were going along in the ambulance. I was lifeless, so it's just kind of like bouncing around and whatever.
I love it when they give you those tiny little kidney dishes, and they're like, "Here, puke in this." Like,
yeah, I'm like, you know, I'm drunk, right? My aim's not great at the best of times. You're giving me this little dish.
I mean, it's like that Wayne's World. Like, here's a Dixie cup. Here, puke in this. Yeah, that's gonna help. It's totally gonna work.
It was, yeah. They're no good. But yeah, so we made it to hospital, and they put me on a bed, and they plugged me into what I guess is saline, or just like salt water or whatever, to try and like flush me out.
Mm-hmm.
I remember laying in bed and
Rehydrate you.
yeah, and sort of my the person I knew, Tom, he said something to me, and I remember having this full on like conversation. I don't remember what the context of the conversation was, but I was talking to him like without any kind of issue. Plot twist: I went to the hospital on my own. I was hallucinating a friend talking to me and replying to them, and their replies to my reply, just back and forth. Which is that's probably the most. I don't think I've ever been drunk enough to hallucinate, which is
Wow.
weird.
I mean, that's an actual like kind of achievement, because right. So I want to know everyone else's. I want to know everyone else's like point on this that have possibly have experienced this. So I hear a lot of people that say, I drank so much that I blacked out and I couldn't actually remember anything of that night. Okay. Now, there is one. So I have never, ever drank enough to the point of where I've thought to myself, like, I genuinely can't remember a single thing from the previous night. It's always been like things are a little bit blurry, but if I think about it, I can remember a large majority of things. Like I've never.
Jets looks like there's something he wants to say.
Unmute your mic, sir. Unmute your mic.
No, I don't have anything to say about that.
I feel like that sounds like a challenge. It sounds like obviously now that needs to happen.
Right. It is your turn.
Or not.
Once.
I ain't done yet.
Oh, no, sorry. I apologise. Tack, finish your story.
Finish your story, Tack.
It's fine. It's fine. We were on a
He'll finish
digression.
up. I'll top up, and we'll move on then.
we were on a digression, so it's okay. But yeah, so it's kind of like hallucinating this conversation back. Unless there was someone in the bed next to me who was just kind of playing along. I was like, oh great, they brought a drunken moron in.
Oh no.
And then I just go, oh. And the guy in the bed next to me goes, yeah, what is it, mate? Don't ever let me do this again, Tom. Yeah, no, I won't. Well, but I woke up the following morning. It's like 6:30 in the morning, something like that. And the nurse came round. I was like, "How are you feeling?" I said, "Yeah, I'm feeling great, right as rain." Don't know what you put in that saline stuff, but it is. Anyway, she was like, "Yeah, you can discharge yourself whenever you're ready." So I was like, "Brilliant, cool." So I went to the desk and was like, "I've been told I can discharge myself." I was like, "Cool, off you go. Thanks for coming." They didn't say that, but you know what I mean. I was like, "Thank you for looking after me." Walked out the front of the hospital and then was like, "Huh.
Where am I and how did I get here?"
Yeah, where is this hospital in relation to where I was last night?"
Where did you end up? How far
Well,
away in minutes? Like,
I mean, I don't know the time. All I can say, and it will only be like a specific set of people who will be able to kind of put a distance on this. So, my friend's house was in Dartford, and I was at Darrant Valley Hospital.
Which is about 20 minutes, about 15 minutes.
Drive?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously I didn't have that luxury. So I just kind of walked out the front of the hospital.
45-minute walk.
I was like, I don't know where here is in relation to where I was.
At least it's a downhill walk.
I'll tell you
there is
that.
It's just a downhill
I didn't
walk.
know. I just kind of, I made it. I walked to the bottom of like the driveway and was like,
this way.
see what's over that way. And
Except he forgets that there's a fast track bus.
I didn't have any money. I had nothing on me. I'd left everything there. I'd left everything at Tom's house because they just stuffed me into the ambulance and sent me off. So I was like, I'm just going to go that way and hope for the best, and managed to walk all the way back to Dartford without taking a single wrong turn. Made it back to Tom's house, knocked on the door, and he opened the door and was like, "Oh, what?" Morning. I've just come to get my stuff, and we'll never see you again.
Yeah.
That was it. I just picked up my stuff and was like, "Thank you for a great night." And funny enough, I think that probably was the last time we ever met because quite embarrassed. But I remember the thing about it was, like I say, I was really concerned because I thought the hospital were going to tell my parents because I was technically underage at the time. So I was like, I thought that they were going to like have my medical records and go, okay, call up my mum and dad and be like, we've got your son in hospital with rather severe alcohol poisoning. He's hallucinating. And then they were going to come in and flip their lids.
To be fair, Tack, you don't have to be 18 to drink at home.
This is true.
No, that is a fair point. That is a fair point.
But
that is also with adult supervision as well. And I guess like someone there must have been 18.
Isn't it something stupid like you can drink all the way down to the age of 5 at home?
Technically at home, yeah.
Like, it's something ridiculous.
Yeah, technically at home, I think it's like 4 or 5. You're allowed to consume alcohol as long as there's a legal guardian present in a house in your house. Yeah.
Good old England giving alcohol to children within a private residence according to the law. We do not advise that you do that. I do not condone giving alcohol to children for the purpose of them getting drunk. Like, I do not. However, I will say, I've tried alcohol. It's like, I'm talking like sips of alcohol when I was younger. And so my parents were like, here you go, have literally the tiniest little amount. Most of the time it was met with a, it tastes yucky.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
But
100%.
Yeah, just to clarify that for everyone out there that is thinking about doing that. Is 100% not.
Your 4-year-old alcohol. If you leave the cabinet open over, that's a different story.
That's your own fault. Yeah.
Don't try and get your children drunk. Not a good plan.
Stories about that as well, about first times with alcohol as well. We can move on. I don't want to do 2 stories in a row. That's greedy.
Okay, right.
One, my dad decided, all right, today you're getting drunk. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. My dad brought out a bottle of sake and like warmed it up and got like the fancy like sake bottle and little glasses and everything. And he's like, we're gonna drink some sake together. I was like, the fuck we are.
Yeah, no.
I was like, no, Dad. Okay, so in America it's 21. I know in England it's 18. In America it's 21. It's kind of a big deal. Because a lot of kids do want to drink when they're in high school, and they do drink in high school. And my brother actually nearly died of alcohol poisoning because his friends didn't call the hospital. There was one night I was in college, and my brother, my little brother is a good foot taller than I am. He's like 6'4" and looks like a Viking. I mean, the dude is huge. He was a football player, long curly blonde hair, big old bushy beard. I mean, he had a beard like Tabs when he was 15. Okay, so by the time he was like a senior in high school, he had most of the school convinced he was actually a narc working for the cops.
That's right. He's got to be better looking than Tav.
Wow. Wow.
I'm not going to argue that point. My brother got his nose broke a lot. He was not a graceful young man. He played a lot of sports.
Now, hold on. What do you mean you're not going to argue that point?
Better looking than my brother.
She can't. It's her brother.
Job.
So I'm better looking.
Yeah, your brother's better looking.
Nah.
I would rather hit on you than on my brother.
Let's go.
Hard choice. Hard choice. At least we now know that April's not from Alabama.
Not from Alabama. No.
Well, as previous in the show.
I'd rather hit on Tab than hit on my brother.
As previous in the show. Target acquired.
I will go get the string dragon. It's in my closet.
Hey, let's go.
So yeah, I was in college and I was at a party with a bunch of like 20, 21, 22-year-olds. My brother, who is 2 years younger than I am, was at a party with a bunch of high schoolers. The party I went to, we were all generally pretty much sober. Like, I think the hardest thing we had there was like some Mike's Hard Lemonade or something. Mostly we were drinking root beer, and it was just, we got to a point where we're just like, it's not that much fun. We'd really rather just like play board games and video games and remember tonight. Whereas my brother went to a party with a bunch of his high school friends, and apparently he did 15 rounds of what he called Fire and Ice, which was a shot of cinnamon schnapps and a shot of peppermint.
That literally sounds. I would rather. No,
right.
No.
Nope. Yeah, so it was like 30 shots, right there. And something about Everclear, and I don't know. There may have been some tequila involved. I'm not entirely sure. He woke up 3 days later in the bathtub. His friends didn't call the ambulance. He probably should have gone to the hospital. After that, he's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna stick to pot.
Oh my god.
I think I'm just not gonna drink anymore. Yeah, he's 38 now. He'll be 39 this year, and he still is just like, yeah, I may have a beer. After that, he was just like, nope, I'm good. I had my alcohol. I'm set. But yeah, I turned 21, and my dad was like, all right, tonight you're getting drunk. You're gonna have your first drinks. And I'm like, oh, no, that's actually why I'm here at my mom and dad's house and not at a bar with all of my 21-year-old friends who would be plying me with shots right now. If I wanted to be drunk, I could be getting drunk. So yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a time and a place and a quantity that you should definitely premeditate responsibly when introducing anyone at any age to sort of the alcohol.
Yeah, and opening up with the spirits is not the way to do it.
100%, definitely. You want to go in easy, just
Don't
like
start with the 40% stuff.
Right?
Double figures.
I don't know who said it in chat earlier.
Carling.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like someone said it in chat earlier. There was like 10 when they had a WKD, which is like a really light beverage. It tastes more like pop rather than like actual alcohol. But
it's just sugar water.
It's so good though.
It is so good, but it's dangerous. Like it is definitely dangerous.
I
But anyway,
have a party where the only stuff to drink is like WKDs and Smirnoff Ices, like all like the really bad alcohol, like the poor quality alcohol that you would buy to get drunk in the park with.
Oh god, that
like the 3 liter bottles of cider and like all that sort of stuff, just as like a kind of trash teenage party, basically.
Quite literally.
Because I'm gonna be 30 next year. I don't know if I mentioned it.
No, you're 25 again.
We're not going to talk about age here, y'all.
25
we're
for the 5th time, yeah.
We're not going to talk about that. So, did y'all go through the phase a few years ago? It would have been like 10, 15 years ago where there was like this whole thing with Smirnoff Ice where people were icing each. Did y'all go through that? Or was that
Okay.
America thing?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, what do you mean?
So, you had to ice people. You had to sneakily convince them to find or put their hand on a Smirnoff Ice without their knowing ahead of time. And if you could trick them into putting their hand on this Smirnoff Ice, they had to then chug it. They had to then drink the whole thing. And
No, but that sounds great.
Can I just say?
Thing. And remember, I mentioned I was involved in this whole kickball thing, right? And so there was this. I know. So there was this guy, Matt, who he thought it was really funny. He iced like a whole bunch of people one day, and he was like, "Oh, I got you, huh? Now you gotta drink it. This shitty alcohol." And then like 8 people got together, and they're like, "Fuck you, Matt," and they all got him in a row. And I have a video of him at the bar going, "This is the worst day of my life, and I have made very poor decisions, and I regret everything." It's on YouTube somewhere, actually. I have a video of Matt.
Oh, nice.
All of his
Perfect place for it.
I'm just going to intervene here for one moment, but I can't help but laugh at the fact that you don't call it a Smirnoff, you call it a Schmirnoff.
No, it's a harder I. It's a Smirnoff. It's a harder I.
Smirnoff.
Hey, pass me the Schmirnoff, eh?
Smirnoff sounds like a polish, like a cleaner.
It literally. Hey, can you pass me the Schmirnoff? I need to polish the bonnet of this car, like.
I mean, it's a Smirnoff. It's like Optifine. Shut up! Don't judge my life.
I will judge. Okay, I'm gonna judge. I'm judging you.
Optifine. Shut up.
Oh god! Right, Jets, hit me with a story. Let's go.
Also, real quick.
Oh, you want a story? I can do...
Somebody in chat was asking, "What is the first drink you ever got drunk on? What is the first thing you ever got drunk on?"
Ooh.
Yes,
Shandy.
well, I believe that was the point. That
Shandy.
Smirnoff Ice is rank. That was the point.
Wine.
And that's because
Wine.
I think that was like the earliest thing that my parents would let me drink would be a shandy at like New Year.
I was wine.
Okay, first of all, what kind of wine? What is a shandy, and how did you get drunk on it?
Okay. Go.
Okay. A shandy is just beer mixed with lemonade.
Okay, so it's a Mike's Hard Lemonade, basically.
Yeah, this kind
Yeah,
of
that's
like
what you guys call
the
it.
the driver's drink, basically. It's like they'll have one, and that'll be it.
Yeah.
Right. So, how many did you have to drink of those that you got drunk on it?
One.
I was a little bit younger, you know, a little bit bit younger. So, I think I end up with like a couple, something like that.
Okay.
But this was, a long, long while ago.
I will admit that my lemonade is not
wine?
awful. It's not the worst thing I've ever had. I mean,
That's
it gave
the
me
thing.
a really headache about
Well,
5 minutes in, but
That's the thing, because it's mixed with
It's
like
mainly
pop.
because my dad used to drink like at New Year. My dad used to have like a beer, and I was always like, can I have one? And it used to be, the compromise. As I was getting older, the compromise was like, okay, you can have a shandy at New Year, just to join in the celebration.
right.
Mm.
My parents used to make homemade Kahlua.
Ooh,
What is that?
Kahlua is like a coffee liqueur.
Yeah, it's like a coffee liqueur. Basically, they would get the what was it called? A handle, the huge bottles of vodka, and dump in coffee beans and like let it steep for like a year. Um,
Huh.
yeah.
That sounds like it'd be a good with like some form of a chaser afterwards.
Well, they called it cough syrup. They called it cough syrup,
Yeah,
and
it feels
everyone,
like cough syrup.
yeah, every once in a
Yeah.
while they'd just be like, I need a little cough syrup. But like nobody in my family really drank. Once in a while, like if after mowing the lawn, dad would have a beer or something, mom would have a beer. But coffee liqueur from Veracruz, Mexico. Drink contains rum, sugar, and 100% Arabica coffee. And
That actually
except,
does sound good.
so I got a question.
100% sounds like an advert.
It does.
100%
Made with
genuine.
100% Arabica beans.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Arabica, right? Arabica. Can we do it? Is that
Yeah.
how? Okay. Okay. For
Bye,
some
Nay. Good to see you. Sorry.
night night kiss, sweet dreams to you.
Oh,
There is a
Bye bye
restaurant
Nomsky.
where I live. That is the name of it's a coffee bar. Coffee bar. You go and you smoke a hookah, you drink some coffee, whatever. And it's
Mhm.
the name of the restaurant or coffee shop, whatever, is Arabica. For some reason, everybody around here pronounces it Arabica.
They are wrong.
They are wrong.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Major wrong.
They are wrong.
Have y'all not heard this word? Because I'm thinking you're wrong. I think you're saying this wrong. I'm pretty sure.
100%. 100%.
Okay.
But to get back to the question that was asked earlier, so my first drink that I got drunk on was wine, and it was red wine, and it was a sweet wine that was actually made by my grandparents, because my grandparents had their own distillery and winery and vineyards, and they made their own.
I honestly thought you was going to do like the wine advert thing for a second there.
And
You know, like the who was it who done it? Who done the sketch? What's the comedian that done the wine sketch?
I don't know. There's so many.
Oh,
Comedian that did a
it's like,
wine sketch.
and it's made on the foothills of the Mount blah 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 blah.
When you do it, it sounds like it was Michael McIntyre.
It might have been Michael McIntyre that done it.
Might have been. It tastes like dirt mixed with concrete.
And feet.
A real busy taste.
It's a floral. It's a very floral, a fruity drink. It's very floral and fruity. Did you have a hangover the next day? Because I always hear that
I
red
did.
wine, the tannins in red wine, is what gives you really bad hangovers. That's what I've already always.
I really did, and actually I found out years later that was the reason why that was the one thing that my parents made me drink, or
So
allowed me to drink, was wine. Because of that, like the next day I felt like absolute death walking, and it was just so coincidental that they planned it perfectly, because the next day was going to be one of the hardest days of the working year in regards to harvesting of the different drinks. Not the drinks, the different fruits for the drinks. And they timed it perfectly. They said, you can have 2 glasses of this. And I was like, perfect. And then I had the 2 glasses, got drunk, went to sleep, woke up early in the morning, went to the fields, and for the whole day, I just, oh my lord, it was a bad experience. I just stayed away from drink for a long time. Yeah, I just began to hate it at a real young age. Not that didn't stop me once I got older, and I turned 18, and I was like, oh, time to go drinking. So yeah, happened. Tack, what was your first drink that you got drunk on?
So it's I think the first time I got drunk was probably Jack Daniels.
Really?
Yes.
Go
But I
hard.
think I've never really kind of been into until I started working at a craft beer bar. I was never really into beer. Like the first kind of, because I would say that I've had like 3 firsts when it comes to drink. There was like the first time I got drunk, the first time that my parents let me try alcohol, and then the very first time I tried alcohol. And on all 3 of No. On 2 of those occasions, it was a spirit, and one of them was an alcopop. So I think Jack Daniels was the first one I got drunk on, and that would have been like 16 or something like that at a friend's house party. My mum would let me try her Bacardi Breezers every now and then when I was like 12, maybe a little bit young. No, in like 2006. However old that would have made me then, 14, maybe something like that. And then the first time I ever tried alcohol, I was probably about 4 or 5, because we was on holiday in Turkey, and a Turkish barman gave me a shot of raki because he told me it was water.
Alcoholic water, yeah.
The thing is, in hindsight, because like there was a lot of us. It was like a big family holiday, and everyone was just kind of sat by the pool, and I was at the just sitting at the bar in the hotel, like just kind of making idle 5-year-old chat with the bartender, just kind of asking him inane questions and being a really irritating 5-year-old. So to be honest, I'm not surprised that he tried to get me to go away by giving me raki. But yeah, and I must have just said to him, "Oh, I'm really thirsty," and so he went, "Oh, here, have some of this."
Yeah, here, have some.
Took a colossal gulp of what I thought was water, realized it tasted a bit funny, burst into tears, and went running back to my family. But then he was later on that day. I told my parents and told my nan and stuff. Later on that day, he was walking past the pool with a tray full of drinks. My nan pushed him into the pool.
Oh.
She was like, "Don't you ever do that again?"
Oh.
And he walked away looking very sheepish and very sad.
I mean, kind of deserved to trick a
100%.
child into
100%.
drinking a big gulp of raki, which I know how it's made, so I know for a fact it's at least 40%.
It was horrid, but that's why I've only ever. I feel like that's why my main go-tos are spirits and stuff like that. Like I said, since working in a bar, I've found my beer, and I reckon everyone's got a beer. Even people who go, "I don't really like beer." I think everyone's got one somewhere for them, but
100%.
not sponsored. But
Please, oh my God, Corona, sponsor me. I will drink. Come on.
be careful what you wish for in the current times.
Why?
No.
Oh no, no, definitely
Corona
not.
Extra, please.
Cider doesn't count as beer, but again, like if it's not beer, then there's also a cider out there for somebody. I think there is, but it just takes a while to find. But I'm definitely more of a spirits person, like dark spirits over white spirits, especially the ones you use to get paint off the walls and stuff. Don't you like that?
Oh,
so
God.
you prefer paint stripper, is what you're saying?
Some of it's Spitfire.
Earwax water, as I like to refer to it, because it literally tastes bitter like earwax.
It's bloody lovely.
It's rough.
I will take a sponsorship for that one.
No.
Great. Tom's going to get a virus, and Jets is going to get a plane.
Yeah.
Sponsorship
Hell yeah.
deal.
Send me a Spitfire. I will gladly go fly in a Spitfire.
Our kickball organization was actually sponsored by Fireball for a while.
That's cool.
Those cinnamon drinks are not.
There was an awfully lot of Fireball consumed.
No.
It was a lot of Fireball.
Jets, get to your story.
I've got a couple. I can tell you
with
about my
one.
18th, or we could start with the worst one.
Start
Which one
with
would you prefer? The worst one?
Just start with one.
Start
Okay.
at the beginning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. So
Go
we're a little bit wild as kids. Oh well, not I won't say kids, like young adults. We'll go with young adults. We may or may not have had a few parties now and again. Some of which may have got, well, they didn't get out of control. We never got police or anything. Like everyone cleared up their stuff. It was
Always
good
went away
parties.
before the police arrived.
Yeah,
It was rowdy.
it was rowdy. That rowdy's a great word for it. But honest, if anyone knows what kind of drunk I am, I'm the kind of, well, I don't really end up that drunk. I'm usually the one going around sort of making sure everyone else is all right. Like
You
I'm the one that's
okay?
like,
Every friendship
yeah,
group.
making sure
And
someone's being sick in the toilet. I'll go and check them. Oh, okay, yeah, fine. You know, yeah. Well, one party, that wasn't me, and it's the only time that to this day I still don't fully remember what happened that night. Yeah, I remember up to a point, and we'll get there. So we were like, we spent, I don't know how long we were drinking at this party. It was like from early afternoon, had a barbecue, and
We did
you
have
know,
barbecue.
as you
Yeah.
do, yeah, we had a bloody great barbecue.
There's
I
one
kind
thing
of
I
miss
can
the
always say
barbecues,
for
not
pretty
gonna
much
lie.
everyone that's like British, and that anyway, from my personal experience, and I'm sure the other two Brits in the conversation can definitely add to this. There's one thing that summertime brings, or I wouldn't even say summertime. I would just say sunny weather, clear weather, non-rain. Okay,
Just non-rain, just non-rain. If it's not raining, we'll
non-rain.
gladly crack out the barbecue.
The Brits will crack out the Barbie and then crack out a beer and be like, right, time to go come round for a Barbie,
summer.
lads. It's summertime. The shorts are out. The girls have got their Pims out. It's
Pims,
happening.
Pims o'clock.
It's happening.
it's a rare opportunity to get
100%.
it out.
Carry on. I'm gonna
So-
go. I've broken the seal because I'm drinking
Yeah,
beer. So I'm gonna go
oh, he's
toilet.
gonna
I
go
can
pee
still hear
himself.
you.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I know you can. So we spent like a good few hours drinking. I'm like quite comfortable at this point. I'm probably on piss water because most of the beers back then were. Let's be honest. We when we're younger, we don't exactly have the greatest taste in alcohol.
Red stripe.
Yeah,
With the
it-
budget for the good shit.
the buds. Oh no, I think at that point we were on Bex.
No, I
Ooh,
mean the money. You don't have the money for the good shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Bucks.
that as well.
I thought you said buds. I
No,
think
the
Budweiser's. Okay, so I think this might have even been the party where we done the beer bong. Someone cracked out a beer bong, and all we had was Beck's. And if anyone knows what Beck's is like, it's like super sweet, ultra fizzy beer.
We did not have a beer
It is-
bong. We did not have a beer bong.
We
There
did.
was no beer
We
bong.
did have a beer bong on
No,
one of
we
them.
did not have a beer bong.
We did. We
Think
did.
about what you're saying. We did not have a beer bong.
Oh, we did.
No, there's a difference.
Don't try and sugarcoat. Okay, it was the funnel. It was the funnel one. It was like the funnel
Yeah,
bong
the
thing.
yard of beer.
Yeah, because a bong is something very different, Jets. There's a massive difference between what a beer bong is and what a beer like chug is.
Yeah,
There's a
it's
difference.
huge tube
No,
with
that-
the ball at the bottom.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
It's called a dude. That's what it's called.
it's called a beer bong.
bong.
It's
I'm
called
just
a beer bong.
clarifying for those
Yeah,
out there that
Chug
We're
it.
not- yeah, no,
Okay.
I specifically said beer bong, dude. Like, come on.
okay. Just saying, because I know that there's
We're
people
not
out there
trying-
that
we're
might
not- we're
take
not
it
changing
differently.
to something like that.
Right,
I
I'm gonna
was-
go wash my
Well, then
hands.
they need to use Google.
No wonder he got drunk if he was smoking the beer rather than.
As
Yeah,
opposed
good luck with that one.
to bongo,
But
which is a hollowed out lawn flamingo flipped upside down with the beak cut off, and you use
oh
that
god.
beer bong.
Yeah, no, this one I'm sure it was like a big funnel with a tube with like a little valve on the bottom so you can turn it on and off.
Right.
But if you've ever had Beck's, you'll know that it doesn't go down well because it just foams up. And when it goes through a beer bong, it's just foam. It's disgusting. So I do not recommend it in any shape or form. But yeah, the night was fun. You know, we had the music going. We had the like leftover barbecue getting on a bit. Had a few too many drinks and yeah, I started mixing drinks. It's probably the worst decision I've ever made in my life
That's a bold
because I think by the end of the night I would have had things. I would have had shots of like vodka and tequila, some beers, and then I had a mate turn around to me and say, "Here, drink this. And it was
Oh,
half a
no.
bottle of rosé wine.
Oh no.
Needless to say, I proceeded to, as you do, young, impressionable, and drunk, drink probably half of what was left in this bottle.
No.
I don't remember what happened afterwards. I woke up on the couch, like on the sofa, and my mate, whose house it was, came down in the morning. I had the worst headache I have ever had in my life.
I'll bet.
Came down and said, "You're right, mate." I went, "Yeah."
Maybe.
I don't quite like real. I don't know how I ended up on the sofa. I don't know when I ended up on the sofa. And he was like, "You got a little bit drunk last night, mate, and you kind of broke my phone." He just got his hands on a brand new iPhone
I remember
at the
this.
time,
I remember this.
and he left it on the table with his money. And it turned out that I was sick on the table,
Uh,
and it broke the phone.
So-
I think the phone was 2 weeks old at this point.
is that your problem though? Like, why was
Yes!
it in his pocket? Why was it not in his pocket? Like, it's a two. No, shush. It's a new iPhone. Why are you just gonna leave it on a table at a party? Keep it with you.
See, and
Oh, it was. I felt so bad at the at that point, and like, luckily, he turned around to me afterwards. I went, "No fucking way! Please tell me I did not do that." And he went, "Yeah," and he was like, "I even cleaned it up." I was like, "Holy cow, what a mate!" He actually cleared that up, and he afterwards he turned around to me and went, "Don't worry, mate, it's insured." And I was like, "Oh my god, I am so glad that he's got insurance on this brand new iPhone."
see, okay. Here's the thing. I blame that squarely on him for buying.
Yeah, that's his problem.
Oh, it's the same mate that gave me the bottle of wine as well.
The
Then that's
problem
100% his problem.
if he had bought a real phone,
Wow.
Oh. If he'd bought a Nokia brick, it might still be alive.
well, seriously,
Yeah.
you mean like this phone? You mean like this phone that I've had
Shut
since
up.
2005?
It's
Hey,
case in point,
yo.
doing the
Or
job.
my-
Oh god.
Very amazing Galaxy S5 here with that's my man. That's my man Tyrael right there guarding my phone. That's my Galaxy S5 right there that I have drop kicked under my car
Can we just say that?
sideways.
I
And
still have
it
an S6 that works, technically.
Can I
Kind of
just say that
broken
out of
down, but-
everyone in this call currently, April or Miss Shigatsu is flashing both her phones like an actual pimp. And it's just, what are you doing? Okay, what is going on here? I'm only just rocking a one.
Oh my God. I would like to clarify. I
Someone's
use
rocking the
this
burner
one
phones.
as an iPod because it's the only one with a 3.5mm jack that I can plug into my drum kit to play along to songs with.
Nice.
Why?
So
What phone did you end up with? Just quickly, what is your current phone?
Like another one. But
What was
But-
it?
I
It's an
don't know. They're
iPhone.
just iPhones. This one's
Is it an iPhone?
Yeah.
one's
This
got
is why it sucks.
white background and this one's in a red case. That's all I can tell you about it.
Oh
the old
god.
headphone jack, yes. So okay, technically, my poor sad Galaxy S5 here. She is on the way out. She's been very good to me. And the other day, I tried to reboot it and it would not turn back on again. I was like, that's it. She's given up the ghost. I mean, I knew it was on the way out. She's given up. That's it. So my sister gave me a hand-me-down retired S6, and my buddy Mike, whose dogs I'm watching, gave me a hand-me-down S9. The problem is the SIM slot on the 6 Plus is too small, and my SIM card don't fit in it. So I have to take my SIM card over to the store and have my SIM card cut down so that I can put it in this phone. And it's been 10 degrees outside, 10 degrees Fahrenheit outside, with 6 inches of snow on the ground for the past month. So I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna keep rocking this glorious S5 until the weather warms up enough that I can make it over to T-Mobile. I did get it to turn back on again.
I do want to point out though, Tack, if you ever want to get a headphone jack for that phone, there's a guy on YouTube that modified an iPhone and put the headphone jack back in.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
I don't trust myself with technology.
Even more the reason why you should stream while you're doing it.
Bearing in mind,
100%. Do it on stream. Do it for the content.
By the way, it's attached to the webcam. I don't know how I managed to pull it out, but I did. I don't want to do that. When I've got a perfectly good phone with a cracked screen, admittedly, but I've got a perfectly good phone that forgets it's charged. I've got a perfectly good phone with music on it. It's essentially a glorified iPod. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, it's Apple, so it's already broke.
Well, yeah. This one's broken because
it's broke before he bought it.
This one's broken because I dropped it. My my housemate broke my phone before this because he trod on it.
Yeah, again, the problem was
and again, this is what I was saying about your phone or not your friend's phone that got threw up on, is I had left my phone on the floor and he trod on it, and I was like, no, that's my fault. I left the phone on the floor.
No. I think the biggest thing from that is just don't mix your drinks, guys. Don't mix
drinks
in the world.
apart from actual cocktails.
Never mix the drinks.
That's the bigger takeaway.
Cocktails a bit different.
Don't get completely shit-faced and blackout drunk and puke on your friend's phone.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
But speaking of, I believe it was the brother of the friend that you had a party around, Jets. Myself, him, and one other went out for a night out on a town, and we went all to the
phone on the floor. Fine.
No. My I had a Samsung at the time, so obviously it was just better from the get go anyway. So that stayed alive. I don't know
if I remember this.
No, you wasn't there. You wasn't there.
I wasn't there. Okay.
No. And what had happened is that I went to a local establishment that was called Zen's. Well, it was called something else at the time, but let's just call it Zen's. Okay.
I already know where this is going.
Yeah, so I went there, and I went there with my friends, and they were meant to be my wingmen. Okay, they were meant to be there to help me
away from She-Hulk 2.
I mean, I was possibly looking for She-Hulk 2 in the concrete beaches, I suppose. But anyway, she wasn't there that night because what had happened is that I got introduced to tequila. And I made the mistake of well, what can I say? I made the mistake of introducing myself to Miss Tequila a bit too quickly, and then she spoke back to me also very quickly in return. So anyway, several shots later that I bought for myself and my friends that came along with me at 2 separate times whilst I was at the bar was consumed extremely quickly. And then shortly after, the time in which I consumed the tequila to the time that it took effect on me was about half an hour. But when it hit me, oh god, tequila bent me over, it put me across her knees, and then she just started spanking me because I ended up downstairs.
To be fair, Tav.
Yes.
To be fair, I would gladly take tequila over Sambuca any day.
Oh, 100%.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that because Sambuca has it's a licorice flavored drink, and it is, yes, Miss Shigatsu, just like your face, I do not no, 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 no. I'd much rather tequila. Anyway,
One of my
so
best friends that I worked with, he was completely unable to pour sambuca because the smell made him vomit after a
really,
heavy night out on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
can
got
agree on
trashed
that.
on it
yeah,
on New
I had
Year's,
that issue.
and after that New Year's, he was unable to. He had to get other people to pour it whenever people ordered it because he just couldn't go near it.
Oh God,
It's
I can agree
To be
with
fair,
that.
I have the same issue with rosé wine.
Really?
Yeah, I cannot stand. I literally cannot
See, we'll
stand the
try it
smell
though.
of
Like,
rosé wine anymore.
you gotta don't tar everyone with the same brush.
Yeah, exactly. Try a different one. Oh, that's fine, April. See you in a bit. So anyway,
I'm a Zinfandel myself, but
so I had consumed much tequila. The tequila had hit me hard. And to know the effects of the tequila on me, you're going to have to wait till we get back because we were going to have another break because we're on hour number 2 of this. So,
Wow.
so
you
have
know
a
that's
break.
illegal in terms of British broadcasting laws, right? You're not allowed to interrupt the flow with a commercial
I,
break.
I can interrupt it. That's goddamn right. I'll keep people here. So if you want to hear the end of that story, go have a break. We'll see you when we get back.
You want to hear more about broadcasting laws? Oh, you just wait. I've got
I
to
am
read.
I am God
Have you
here.
been watching? I think Tack's been watching. Where is it? Tom Scott videos.
Oh God.
Is it Tom
No.
Scott?
Yeah, like
sure it's Tom
literally,
Scott.
I got recommended like one or two of them, and I was like, "This is endlessly fascinating," and I love it.
Yes. Anyway, break time.
Break time. See you all in 10. Peace out. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everyone had a great break. I literally just got back from the toilet myself. So,
Welcome back.
I can't remember where I was. Where was I?
Neighbor got broken into twice recently, so that's why I wanted to make sure. Oh, good.
I think you were discussing tequila.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So-
And then we went off on a tangent.
Something about you were making out with Tia.
Oh, tequila.
With
Tequila. Right.
making out with Tila Tequila. What's that?
Yeah. Just tequila. So, I'd become friends with Tequila, and she was a cruel mistress because she didn't let me know just how dangerous she was. And anyway, I headed downstairs to the main conversational area, which was the smoking area. And I went downstairs, and outside of this club called Zen's, there's a small fenced area. Well, there's a small area that wasn't fenced beforehand, but they just introduced these. They have them normally at construction sites, where they have the like a tube that's like up rounded, and they got little grates in the middle.
It's just fencing.
It's just fencing.
Yeah, it's the construction site fencing.
Yeah,
Oh.
temporary stuff, right? It's normally got the two ends that is like poked into these like concrete, like Lego bricks that you kind of just poke it into and it stays in there. Right. Well, I put my back up against the wall and I've kind of sat,
Oh.
and then I kind of put my head down and stayed there for a couple of seconds. Unbeknownst to me, my two friends have come over. I checked to see whether I was okay. They was just saying, "Oh, you know, you're right, whatever." Anyway, I then woke up from my momentary break that I had.
Your very
And-
brief nap.
Yeah, brief nap. Yeah, that's the better way of putting it. And I looked over. I could see the security guard coming over towards me. I could see my friends speaking to me. They're both checking to see whether I'm okay. And then I had realized that I needed to go home. And yes, indeed, Miss Shigatsu is wearing a Doctor Who onesie. She is currently a TARDIS. And I could
The-
see
the horn really
see
likes it.
the fact that the security guard was coming towards me. I knew something needed to happen, right? So I felt like I needed to go home. So what I did, I just simply lifted the fence out of the hole, stepped outside, and then closed it behind me. Went outside and sat on the curb. After I sat on the curb for a couple of minutes, I realised Miss Shigatsu looks amazing in her onesie. And
I just want to show you. It's the whole thing. Anyway, so you're sitting outside. Sorry.
yeah, I was sitting outside. And then I was like, right, I need to get home. I need to get home. So I went around the corner, which is where the taxi's pickup point was, and I was like, right, I need some sort of way home. Now my way home is about 45 minutes walk, or about a 15-minute drive. Right? There was no taxis. Now, from the point of where I was told that there was no taxis, the point of where I woke up and I was more aware of it, I only remember me walking and saying to myself, I hate walking because it's a long way. I remember some bushes, and I also remember a very long set of legs, followed by the next day giving the same old lie to myself that I'm never going to drink again. And that was my experience with tequila, and that's when I knew what indeed, yeah. So I didn't really question it, but there was, long walk, bushes and legs. And when I mean bushes, I mean the leafy kind.
Yeah.
Yes.
That feels like an unresolved plot point. Like you just walked past some legs sticking out of a bush, and then
I
that was
don't
that.
know. I don't know. The only thing I know or remember is that there was a really long set of like nice looking legs,
Right.
a very rounded bush of the botanical kind, and then my bed. And the next morning, again, lying to myself that I'm never going to drink again.
Never gonna drink again.
Right.
It was just a pair of tree trunks, wasn't it?
like that.
No. It was. The legs are a brief moment in my memory of that night that has been ingrained in me. I remember saying to myself, like, "Wow, they are really a great pair of legs." Like, but yeah. That was my night, and that was my first bad experience with tequila.
You know, like how Leslie Nielsen has the "nice beaver" line. Like you just walking past that, going, "Nice bush." That's what I mean. Like it's out of a perfect. It's a perfect naked. It's such a odd way of. I walked past a bush and there was some legs sticking out of it. It's like, that's a background gag from a Naked Gun film.
I never saw there was a leg sticking out of it. I just remember a bush, and then on a separate occasion, a nice set of legs.
And also legs.
Remember there was like some legs sticking out of the bush.
No, just that there was a bush and also there were legs.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, even though that does make more sense, it does make a little bit more sense.
But then at the same time, it makes no sense at all.
It makes no sense at all, but that's okay. What I do have to say, I am going to write myself a note right now. I need a sound clip of Leslie Nielsen.
Says, nice
with
beaver.
The beaver. Yeah, I need a sound clip of the Leslie Nielsen beaver thing.
Thanks, I just had it stuffed.
And Tack here, whichever side Tack is on, I think that's that side.
Yeah, that side.
Thing.
Yeah.
I think
that side.
Tack probably doesn't get the joke. I think Jets probably gets the joke, and I know Tab gets the joke. So
April has a lovely beaver. I've locked eyes with it many a times.
It's pretty nice, right? It's pretty nice.
I'd love to hold it in my hands, honestly. It's such a lovely beaver.
I shall have to take your word.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can deny it's a lovely beaver.
Please,
it's a
April.
lovely beaver. It's so small and like just nicely, like well kept.
Nicely shaped.
Shiny.
Nicely shaped.
Shiny. It's got a shine to it as well.
Well groomed.
If you wouldn't mind, April, would you mind getting your
Maybe
beaver
with a bit
out?
of spit and polish, it might be shiny.
Oh, I mean,
please.
Like
right now.
Right now, like
right now.
On
stream.
camera. I mean,
of course.
I mean, it is after hours. I mean,
it is. It's almost tomorrow in my time, so.
It feels like this is the only boundary left to cross. So.
Okay. Well, I'm just. Okay.
Please.
I mean, since you've asked, beaver.
Oh, look at it! You're right. It is shiny. I've never seen one that shiny before. Look at the things on it.
It's really detailed as well. Yeah, you could definitely see all of the different little hairs on it.
Right. And it's got a cute little tail and its little teeth and it's
yes.
Yeah.
For those in the audience, that is a wooden beaver that was made for April, Miss Shigatsu, as she holds so lovingly in her hands currently.
I mean, I can't think of any
yes,
better way.
Miss Shigatsu is stroking her beaver.
This is correct.
Actually, there's a points redemption on my channel where you can request to see my beaver.
The surprise of the unknowing.
It's 69,000 points, 69,000 channel points to see my beaver.
God.
You know, it's a thing.
But that's a special occasion only.
I need to get my-
Yeah.
Oh wee. Oh my. Right. Indeed,
There you
Chevy.
go.
Oh my.
And now you've all seen my beaver.
Oh God.
Do you like that, Shivy? Do you like that?
Did you like that beaver, Shiv? Did you like that bit? Did you like April's beaver?
Let's get a female's perspective on April's
For you to
beaver.
share your beaver plans. Yes.
It's the 21st century. If a man wants a beaver, he can get himself a beaver.
Yeah, I mean, there's
comment.
surgeries for that. You can buy a beaver, have it attached.
Yeah,
You know.
Buy the beaver.
I'm gonna keep it with me. I'm gonna use it to comfort me at night.
I don't really want to buy a beaver. I'm a cheap kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? I just want to borrow a beaver for a little while and then give it back after.
There's got to be an app for that.
Meant a beaver.
When I was younger, I remember there was this comedian, and she did this this comedy routine about boobs, and she talked about how great it would be if boobs were detachable, and you could like buy them in different sizes and just like keep them in a box like by the bed. You know, you wake up in the morning, oh, I think I want to go for a run today. Put on some cute little perky A cups, you know. You go out to a big fancy dinner. You want to wear like a a nice topless or a strapless top, strapless top. You know, you put on some big old double D's. Yeah, you really rock that shit. You know, not feeling so hot that night. Hubby's trying to get a little bit of action. You just take him out of the box and hand him to him. And be like, you deal with it.
I would love. I am fully behind this. I will fully support this in more ways than one. I can get behind this.
Have some Kickstarter already.
Yes, get on it. Make the Kickstarter
raising money to make all breasts detachable.
I can agree with this.
Listen, if detachable penis is going to be a thing, detachable tits needs to be a thing too.
Hey, yo.
I am all about equal opportunity.
If it
detachable
works,
body part.
Yes, yeah, I can agree with this. This is a great kick. I mean, there was a great thing that I thought about when I was working for a company here, with my mates, my friends, my colleagues. It was a hot day. We was working doing manual labor, right? And we just. I don't know, we're just outside thinking about it and talking about it. And I was like, wouldn't it be great if you could get like boxer shorts, like boxers, underwear that had like a little fan on it to like blow, but at the same time be protected so you don't accidentally get your bits stuck in there?
Oh, like one of those baseball caps with like a fan on the front?
Yeah, but for your underwear, right? Just think about it.
I could think of a huge...
Oh, I thought you were going to start talking about having underboob sweat, because that is a bitch.
I can relate to that, because when I start to work, right, and I can work out, right, I get like an underboob line there, and obviously yeah, it happens. It happens, and obviously, I've dated a few. Well, not obviously, but I've dated a few ladies in my past which have had rather big personalities, and obviously there was a bit of
ample tracts of land.
Yeah, and there was like I got first-hand experience with that for whatever activities that we were doing, but regardless. I understand the struggles of women with big personalities. Yes.
Poor Tack is over here like, why am I still here?
I'm having a wonderful.
Why did I agree to this?
I'm having a wonderful evening.
So what we'll do?
No, we do not need to bring Hammer Pants back, Egg. I lived through Hammer Pants once. No, I'm good.
Nope, they can stay there. But
they can stay there. You know what? They tried to bring back the women's like the bodysuits with the snap crotch. No.
Sorry, when you said a snap crotch, you mean like the two buttons that go directly underneath?
Yeah, like you put on like babies. You know, like a kid's onesie, and it has like the little snap in the crotch, so you can change their diapers and shit. They made us wear that. Grown men, they make us wear that shit. And it's like, no.
I mean,
I went through that once. I lived through the 90s. I did that once.
Does that not like solve like a big issue of like going to the loo?
It does.
And it does. Yeah, I was gonna say I've also helped with that before, and it has its advantages.
It does have advantages. It does. And I gotta tell you, wearing a bodysuit, you don't ever have to worry about your shirt coming untucked. Or ever have to worry about your shirt coming untucked. It's fabulous.
Yes.
At the
Yes.
same time, it is awkward as fuck. And having snaps and having to like wrangle and trying to get the two pieces together, and it's like, no. I did this once.
For whatever reason, I might have also done that once, and I also know the struggles of it trying to get it back together. And obviously, not being a female and having extra things in the way would also make the reassembly of the two pieces even more awkward. So yeah, I can agree with you on this one.
Yeah, it's just everything is difficult. No, you're
But
all
what
about
we'll
that
do-
skinny, skin tight. You like them skinny jeans, huh?
Oh yeah. I'm slim fit. It helps. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
come on. Oh, you were
can
about
see-
to stand up, weren't you? You were about to stand
The
up.
problem is I can't actually push my chair out
Oh.
any further. It's right against the so I can
Let's get
stand
dangerous
up.
with it. Stand on your chair.
Boobs. Boobs.
That's
Hey.
it. That's the best stand up you can get.
Can you like push them
Boobs.
together a little bit, like?
Push what together?
Hakuna your tatas, okay?
Listen, even the
What?
little
My
girls get some love. Even the little girls get love. It's okay, honey. It's okay.
But anyway, what we'll do, ladies and gentlemen, is that we'll have one more round of stories. I've told my second one. We'll take another one from everyone else, and then we'll call
Alright.
it an end of episode afterwards. So, without further ado, let's go with Tack, as he is my furthest right on my stream. So let's go with Tack. What story do you have for us? Bearing in mind is the title has now been changed to After Hours, so it can be as
just
wild
realised-
as it be.
Paul put in chat as like, can you touch your elbows together? And I was literally here just kind of touching my elbows together, and then realised that that's no help for Paul whatsoever. Yes, Paul, I can touch my elbows together.
He didn't do it, Paul. He didn't do it.
I just got the cleavage out.
I'm wondering, like, Tab, have you already done the thing with the little tutu, like the French maid outfit? Did you already do that and I missed it?
I did, and you have,
yes, you did.
yes. How dare you? But it's fine. I got you. I got you. See, I've actually got a clip somewhere saved. I'm gonna send it to you now. You can watch it, and you can let me know what you
send it to
think.
me or something.
Whilst Tack is telling his story of his past, of several things that I should hope are going to be quite entertaining. So fire away.
No pressure
Tell me
then.
about your regrettable life choices.
Oh, gosh.
Anita.
No, you put me on the spot a little bit. So well, I can do. All my stories involve me throwing up at the end of them. Well, not even at the end, like
Oh,
relatively
put it in
near.
chat.
Oh, okay. Well, like I can. Okay, let's go on holiday. Let's go on holiday. So, much like Tav, I went on holiday with a friend. It might surprise everybody to learn that I'm not a kind of lads holiday type person. So we went on holiday. We went to Benidorm.
You say, I'm not a lads holiday kind of guy. Benidorm. With the one place renowned for its lads parties.
We did cultural things.
What?
We went on a bike ride.
Drinking the local beer doesn't count as cultural, okay?
We went to Valencia. We went on a guided tour of like some rice paddies that they had nearby and drank Spanish wine on the boat. But anyways, so it was the first night in Benidorm, and that's kind of where it all went wrong, really. We like in fairness, like this was like, I mean, for me certainly it was like my first kind of holiday abroad without my parents. So like, it was just the two of us, and it was quite fun and exciting. So we got all unpacked at the hotel, and there was a bar dead opposite us. In fact, there was a few dead opposite us because it's Benidorm and it's all bars. But we just literally walked out of our hotel door, straight across the road and into whichever doorway was dead ahead. Went in. We were the only two in there. Bartender asked what we wanted. He was like, two JD and Coke. So like he got the glass right here, and he sort of probably filled it up to about there with JD before the ice, I'll just say, and then gave us like a little bottle of Coke, which he then added more JD into, and we were like, "Oh, it's gonna be one of those nights then." All right. So I think we had like one or two there. Then we moved on to the next one. It was more or less the same sort of thing all the way through. We ended up in a bar where there was like an AC/DC tribute band. I don't know what they were called. DCAC.
DCS.
ABCD. I don't know. It's something like that. There's probably a pic. I know there's a vlog on YouTube. There's video somewhere on YouTube. In fact, there's a few videos of drunk me on YouTube. If you know where to find them.
Interesting.
Yes. So you can go and find that for yourself and boost my viewer numbers. So yeah, we was kind of there, and we were a little bit tipsy by the time we got to this bar, and like this girl walked past with a tray of shots. And she was like, "Shots," and we were like, "Yeah!" Why not just put these shots down?
Shut.
We put these shots down. She's like, "Cheers, Sambuca." We're like, "Damn." It's kind of like that's when you know the night's gone downhill. And then
I've made a poor decision.
We turned our backs like on the table, and then when we looked back, there was like 2 new shot glasses there, and we were like, "Well, all right." Just threw them back. It's only in hindsight where we go, that could have been anything. We were kind of lucky to be alive. Like that could have been anything. And we just went, "Oh yeah, gone." Anyway, left the bar very, very drunk. Trying to walk back to the hotel. We got lost walking back to the hotel. I got very angry about it because I don't like being lost, especially in a country I don't know, in a place I've never been to.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Really drunk. So I was quite upset about it. I think we had a bit of a disagreement, but we eventually made it back to the hotel. Got into the room, like we both got into our beds, and I think both of us were in bed for about 10 seconds each before we were like, "No, this isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna happen." So I ran to the bathroom, made it there first, and was sat cradling the toilet again. He came in, and obviously I'm at the toilet. Like, you can't just sort of tag in and out. That's not how being sick works. You just kind of it comes when it comes. You can't tag out.
You just ride it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was there. Fortunately, the room had a bidet. So as I had less constitution, I suppose, I had to go and be sick first. So I got the toilet, and then he came in and was like, "Well, it's the bidet." So he went up into the bidet.
Oh Lord.
Anyway, we both made it to bed. We woke up the following morning. I was like, "Morning." He was like, "Ugh." How are you? How about you? I was like, you know, like when Sideshow Bob steps on the rake. I think we were just communicating with each other in that noise for a day. Anyway,
Really well done.
thank you. So I must have gone up to use the toilet. So I did, and then sort of saw the B-day and was like, "Oh,
Oh no, they weren't
Came out.
designed for that.
I came out of the bathroom and was like, your day's about to get a lot worse."
Oof.
So, well, me, I ain't cleaning it up. And I think that was the night that I ruled out Sambuca. The story I told you earlier was the night I ruled out vodka and the fruity monster that comes in the yellow can.
The fruity monster in the yellow
The
can.
fruity one with the yellow claw mark. Ruled that one out.
None of that.
As well. But I mean, he spent the rest of the holiday really suffering. He barely left the hotel room. He had like a week-long hangover.
Nice.
So he was over the age of 21 then, yes.
But you know, like I say, we had a great holiday. We got out for like this great bike ride. We got like taken to the top of a mountain by van, and then just had to kind of meander our way down. Some of the views and stuff were incredible. But that was like the only real heavy night we had. I think we had a second. No, we only had the one heavy night. The other thing I was going to mention happened later, like between the round of Sambuca shots and the B-day. Like we found ourselves in another bar where we had like 2 or 3 more shots of Sambuca.
Oh Lord.
And then I think we were both in the bathroom there, and we were both like, we should head back now. And this was the same bar that was dead opposite our hotel, so it was like, it's fine, we'll just go back now. I'm assuming we walked through the hotel reception feeling like we were all cool, but you got the people behind the desk just going,
Here we go again.
Drunk tourists.
yeah. And I think it was only when we were in the lift, because you know, like elevators have all got like the mirrored walls. It was only when we got into the lift and saw ourselves in the mirror, and we were like, oh.
It was at this moment we knew we fucked up.
I feel sorry for the people that were either side of our room, because there was some ungodly noises coming out of that room that night. It was
Oh God.
not pleasant. But it was a very unique bonding experience for the both of us.
Just imagine it. Can you imagine being the neighbor just hearing, oh.
No. We will not have reenactments.
Just like a heap of noise, and then like, oh God, not the B-day, and then more noise.
No. We will not be having reenactments.
But like, it's a good friend. I've rubbed lemons into his back before as well. We've had a few. Those are the scale of our bonding experiences. Mutual throwing up and lemon rubs.
Oh God, that was brilliant.
Why lemon?
It was for sunburn.
So you had sunburn. Oh, that was
No. This was on a separate. This was a separate occasion. This was on like a really hot summer. We were painting a house. And like he had sunburn, so I was like, "I'll get some like aloe vera, like rub it in, cool, and soothe it down." The only explanation we have for the pain he felt afterwards is that he's allergic to aloe vera.
Oh my God, no!
So it was like he was on fire. So he called his mum, who's a nurse, and she was like, "Get some lemons." I was like, oh my God, is the NHS really that bad? But like, on the phone, she was like, "Trust me, get some lemons." We got some lemons, cut them in half, and like you can rub the lemons, like the lemon halves, on his back. I was like, "Is this helping?" He was like, "Yeah, kind of."
So just to clarify, it was summertime. You've been painting a house, then you thought you'd be doing the wax on, wax off with half-cut lemons on your friend's back.
It's like I say, we've had a few unique bonding experiences.
Lemon on.
And Well, like, what else do you do? Like, I had two halves of a lemon. Like, we're just going to mash them into his bag. Like, that's the only way to apply lemons to.
I mean, it seems a reasonable method for applying lemons. It's just the
Also, it's the first time
had
I've
a
ever had to
third-degree
rub a lemon
sunburn.
into a person's back. I didn't know what I was doing.
I'm just thinking, I've had a 3rd-degree sunburn before. Like, I've literally had my skin blister and peel off. And lemon, oh my god, that sounds so painful.
That would probably not be a condition that I would use lemon for. Like, I think it was just like raw sunburn. It wasn't like it had blistered. I mean, if it had blistered, then lemons would be very near to the bottom of my list.
Excruciatingly painful.
Yeah,
To use.
I'm imagining like blister, and then now you're rubbing lemon in, and I'm like, oh my god, that sounds horrific.
No. It was just like reds.
But can you feel the sunburn anymore? No.
I can feel some sort of burning.
It's just pain. It's all just pain. It's just pain.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, like salt water on a cut. Yeah. That sounds good. Let's do that.
But very good for you. Salt water on a cut. Heals up. Improves the healing process immensely.
Does it actually, or is it just they use as a torture technique?
No. I'm fairly sure it works for. It encourages clotting and helps with.
Does it actually? I don't actually know if that's true. Like,
I feel like it. If not, I need to have a serious conversation with my dad about my childhood. Because whenever I cut myself at the
Very
beach,
different from seawater, though. Let's be
Whenever
very clear here. Sanitary saline,
you might be
hospital
right.
grade saline is very, very different
Yeah,
from
you're probably right. Yeah.
like slicing your hand open and dunking it in the ocean. Okay, there's a
That was implying, like, whenever I remember cutting my calf on barnacles once or something like that, and he was like, "Just go and stand in the sea for 5 minutes, you'll be fine."
that sounds.
I feel like we Brits kind of grew up in a different like era. Like
Yeah.
I sliced my thumb I literally went straight through my thumb. I've still got the scar.
Yeah,
I
I've done
just
the
duct
thing with a
taped it back
Stanley
together.
knife when I was like 5 years old, and
I mean, I put
actually younger than that. My sister hadn't been born. I was been 3 or 4.
I put a rusty nail through the
I
palm of my
literally
hand when I was
remember
6.
super gluing Tav's thumb back together or something. What was it? Your finger or your thumb, Tav?
I
Yeah, but
can't
super
remember.
glue is a perfectly legitimate alternative to bandages. Super glue is totally good. It's fine.
I mean,
You're
I
fine.
quite literally have I made a hole where my bicep was right there, with a knife that went directly into my arm, and if I did this, like my muscle would pop out of my hand.
Ooh, funky.
So yeah, I'm fully known to that, and yeah.
Tav is literally accident prone.
Yeah, I've also done the same to my
if-
knee as well.
If he ever tried to get insurance, I think they deny him.
I mean, accident prone. I just managed to avoid scars with my physical injuries. Mine are more stupid, like that time that I was playing kickball and I gave myself a black eye running to first base.
I can't really
Like-
show it.
No, I know for a fact Tav has like a permanent bed at A&E.
I choose to make no comment. I can neither deny nor confirm this. There is no reason as to why my mother is a nurse whatsoever.
That keeps
Kind
the
of enjoying
costs
your
down.
OnlyFans.
They're useful to have around the house.
I mean,
When the
Say
housemate's a
that,
nurse.
did
I had
you
to
watch
take
that?
a blood sample for him the other day. He was
Sorry,
like, "Oh,
say
can
that
you-"
again?
I had to help my housemate do a blood test. That
A
was-
blood test?
Yeah, he had like if you ever go and give blood and stuff, they have like the sort of hemolances, like the spikes that just stab your skin so you can draw blood out, right? I had
Right.
to sit there
Oh,
and
the
like,
finger pricker things.
yeah. I had to sit there and
yeah.
stab his finger like a couple of times with those to help him draw blood. Which just kind of sat there with the vial while he was squeezing it out. And I'm like, this isn't
Okay.
unusual step in our friendship. Very grateful for it, but I can't see me doing this with any other of my friends. It's a weird one.
Oh my lord.
I feel like we've gotten off the beaten path a bit.
Oh,
Well-
100%.
Not too far off. I mean, I wouldn't say that we've gotten too far off we're still kind of in the general vicinity of, you know, drunken debauchery, doing stupid things and injuring yourself.
Give
And
it back. Shiv, stop talking about whipped cream.
wait, what?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, back to your story.
Yeah.
Oh no,
yeah.
I was done.
Tack was talking about whipped cream, apparently.
No, that was a different thing. It's
I
cool.
didn't know that was a different thing.
I honestly don't remember too much. My recollection of that night is that someone had a tube of squirty cream and was just squirting it all over the house. That's about it. I don't remember
Just-
much more.
I feel like there's a bit more to
Just-
that, but you know.
I'm sure there is, but I don't remember. I don't remember. Shiv
Like
might have
that-
to fill in. Yeah.
Was that your defense in court?
Yeah. So I don't remember.
No, I don't know.
It's like that time when I was in
It wasn't
8th
me.
grade and one of my buddies found a vibrator and brought it to school and started like walking up to people at their on their lockers and like putting it against the back of their neck. That is literally the only. I went to school with that dude for like 8 years, and literally that is the only thing I remember about him was that one time in 8th grade that he brought a vibrator to school. I saw him. We had our 20-year high school reunion recently, and he came up to me. I was like, you know, the only thing I remember about you, and he's like, wow,
It's the
that's
dodo.
a
It's the
He's
shitty
dodo.
kind of
memory
there,
of me.
like, no, what could it possibly be?
Yeah, yeah.
This
Yeah,
one
he was
time
just like,
In high school,
that's what you remember of me.
I
Cool.
wonder how many people he got where like, he sort of just did it at the back of their neck and they went,
Well, and then I turned to a bunch of other people. He's like, seriously, I don't even remember doing that. I was like, yo, Doherty, time that Shelly brought that vibrator to school, but it wasn't a dildo. Let's be clear. There's a difference between a dildo and a vibrator. It was a vibrator. It was hard plastic, like bullet-shaped one, not like penis-shaped one, okay? He brought a vibrator with him to school. And I was like, yo, Doherty, remember that time in 8th grade when Shelly brought that vibrator to school? He's like, awesome. Like 4 other people, when you did that, and Jeff's just like 8 years, and that's what you remember of me. He just turned around and walked away.
Please, this cannot
Like-
be the only thing I'm remembered for.
it's quite
Literally,
sobering
that's
for
it,
them
Jack.
because they'll be like, that was clearly where I peaked.
8th
Over
grade.
these 8 years, that was my peak.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine telling your kids? So, if you peaked in college, Dad, what was the thing that you got remembered for?
No, Tav. It gets worse than that. It's so Dad. Why does that guy call you Vibro? Why is your nickname Vibro?
Oh my god! Can you imagine them watching like, what's it called? American
How I Met Your
Pie
Mother,
coming
though.
home and be like, oh my god, big blue rubber dicks for everybody, and then your dad, is like, funny you should say that. I've got a story for you.
Sit down, son.
Let me tell you about middle school. So I'm going to take the floor real quick. I'm going to do my last story, and then I'll hand it off to that guy over there. This is the last one to show up. So I want to tell you about my buddy Jimmy. My buddy Jimmy is a retired Marine, and he was a kickballer. Jimmy was, I mean, he's a Marine. The Marines in America are like, you know, they're the big burly, like, the manly, like, they're the dudes, you know? And so Jimmy, he was like, I don't know, 23 or so, 24 maybe at this time. He was still jacked and tanned. I mean, the dude was like, he was built, right? I mean, not as bad as he was when he was in the Marines. He was a couple years out, but he was still pretty jacked, you know? And Jimmy's at least, I don't know, 6'1", 6'2", and I'm not. I'm a very small person, right? I'm 5'2". I'm a very small, very petite little woman. Jimmy, however, his birthday is July 2nd, and you may know across the water over there, we have a big celebration on July 4th in America. There's like a thing that, I don't know, something happened.
Something happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something.
I get some, like, there was a
Something
thing.
little.
I don't
little
know.
Thing.
We just, people like lighting shit on fire, getting drunk, explosives, whatever. So Jimmy's birthday is July 2nd, and he has a big barbecue deal for his birthday every year.
Do love some meat.
What's that?
I do love some meat in my mouth. Yeah.
Oh,
I love
yeah,
a barbecue.
big fan. Oh,
Yeah.
I need to
hot
tell you
meat.
about a barbecue I saw
Hot
once.
meat all up in my, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
100%.
so Jimmy was having this barbecue for his birthday.
I'm sorry.
Got a
for
little
this.
drunk. And somebody invited a bunch of Navy guys. Well, there's this big rivalry between the Marines and the Navy. This big rivalry between the Marines and the Navy. And the Marines call the Navy the squids. They're the guys on the boats. And mostly. I mean, they do have some planes, but they're mostly on boats. Did JeTZz's camera freeze for anybody? Okay, good. He's moving there. All right. I was really concerned that his camera froze there. So, what?
So I was going to say, like, don't they have like competitions or something like it's a really big thing?
Right.
I seem to remember I was out in America during the summer, and it was like a big kind of rivalry between the Marines and the Navy, and they had like kind of like an Olympics type thing, or
yeah, like this Civil War kind of thing, right? And the thing is, the Marines are often stationed on Navy bases and Navy ships, and they have sexy beach volleyball. Yes, actually, if you're into that kind of thing. But y'all, so some Navy dudes showed up at Jimmy's birthday party. This group of squids showed up at Jimmy's birthday party. Now, Jimmy is originally from New England. He's from the northeast corner of America, right? And there's this kind of subculture of guys in America, and there is a slang term for it, which is Guido. And the Guidos wear like uber tight shirts. And think like Jersey Shore, right? Okay, like the TV show Jersey Shore, if you ever saw this.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the dudes in the really tight shirts, overly tanned with the slick back hair, and so a bunch of
are they what we call
Guido
boys?
Yeah, so we got a bunch of Guido squids showed up at Jimmy's birthday party. Drunk Marines and his drunk Marine friends, and we got a bunch of Guido squid showed up at drunk Marine's birthday party.
That's
And
it.
he didn't want to get like straight up violent, but he definitely wanted to make sure that they knew he didn't appreciate that they were there. So he turns to me and he goes, "Give me your shirt."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What now?" Because I'm wearing this little pink shirt that I had made. And it wasn't great. It was not a well-made shirt. I had just made it. And it was like my first time ever making a shirt. He's like, "Give me your shirt." I was like, "But I'm wearing my shirt." He's like, "Here's my sweatshirt. Give me your shirt." So let's see if I can get back to the beginning of this string here. And I'm going to do a thing. We're going to share this with you. Boom. There we go. So that is Jimmy with my shirt. And he's decided he's going to wear
That would have
my
been
shirt.
tight. It was a long sleeve, pink, moderately transparent shirt to the person that is currently wearing it.
Oh God.
And he starts walking around like flexing, being like, "Yo, bros, what's going on, man?" Like,
I would have
drunk.
definitely asked him to leave.
It was his birthday party.
I would have asked
asked him to leave.
I would have asked him for a striptease.
This chick down here in the corner, by the way, with the camera, that's his girlfriend.
She can leave as well.
Yeah, so
I know this is
So
party for you, but not
my-
anymore. Sorry, you're gonna have to leave now.
but so I'm gonna I can't skip the next picture. I can't skip the next picture. You have to see the next picture in order to get to the last picture. But the next picture is not good. It does not reflect well on anyone. My previously mentioned blackout drunk alcoholic attention whore narcissist husband decided he needed to get in on this.
Oh God.
Oh wow.
Oh. And the next one? Oh,
And reveal.
God's sake. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it kind of became this running joke. The next party, Jimmy got drunk again, and he's like, "Give me your shirt." But no, we went through this. No, we already did this. So I ended up, by the time we went to the third party, I actually brought a shirt. I was like, "Yo, Jimmy, I brought you one."
You gotta start making extra shirts for him.
I did. I brought him one, but the one I brought for him was it was a black shirt, and on the front it says Pixel Angel, and on the back it has little pixelated like 8-bit hot pink wings on it. So he walked around the rest of the night wearing this Pixel Angel shirt.
Why does that sound like something I would do?
Yes, it does.
Because it's something you probably have you pretty much have done.
You probably have.
That's going to be another story for another one of these episodes.
So
Yeah.
there you go. That was the first night that Jimmy decided to get drunk and take my shirt and walk around. And the lovely Navy gentlemen got the hint that they were not welcome, and they left. No violence occurred.
Oh God. Oh.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it made for a
All well
great
to end
story.
well.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that happened.
Jets, anything to top that, maybe?
I can think of a few things, but we'd probably have to bring it up in another episode.
Well, it doesn't have to be a drunken story.
We can go with my 18th.
Again, it doesn't have to be a drunken story. This is just an after hours kind of thing now.
Yeah.
I mean, you missed the part where we were talking about a dude that was hung like a Tic Tac.
Yeah, true.
Okay, I think I'm going to have to go back and watch the VOD for this.
Don't worry, it's going to be available on YouTube.
And shit like this, stories like this.
Wait. You can't get in on this right now. We need to do the shameless shilling right now. And Cav, where will this be available?
I just said it's going to be available on YouTube.
Yeah,
provide a URL.
You actually give the YouTube link. You absolutely.
Oh well, if you go to my
fucking
YouTube,
scuff
if you
boy.
go to my Discord, you will see that Shippy T has just posted it in chat. If you do !YouTube in my chat, it'll pop out with both my channel links. And if you're currently watching this on YouTube, you can get all three of the lovely people in this video's links down below in the description. Please follow, like, subscribe, become my own follower, as well
Be a
as
member of
all
my
of the
subs
others.
only group.
Yes, indeed. Become a member of what you link.
Only subs, that's what it is.
Yeah,
only subs.
if you do !OnlyFans on my chat, you will get a link that I definitely say that you should go follow and have a look at. That is the type of content that you can expect to see on this channel.
Wow.
Please feel free
Flawless.
to click away.
Oh my god!
Nailed
What
it.
did you set that as? Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Well, if you want to know why they're reacting like so, please go to my page. Go to my chat.
That is something. That is something.
So,
Yeah, that's definitely something.
More pictures to
My
follow.
eyes are burning.
Now, without further ado, the rest of JeTZzO's story.
Oh God, this is more of a. I don't know about you guys, but it's probably a bit different for like Americans being 21, being alcohol drinking like age. But like 18, you go out and you go get a few drinks, and yeah, I went with I was good. I was actually I went down the local pub with my family. They ordered me some drinks. I sat down at the table. I never got off the table because by the time that I'd finished one drink, another one had been slid in front of me.
Of course, as per usual.
I had a couple of mates there, They made me do a couple of shots. It's nothing too crazy. A few pints later, it's quite a short one. My dad turned around to me and went, "We need to get going." I was like, "What time's it?" And I can't remember exactly what time it was, but we had to go because I had to go and get a bus. And I spent 18 hours on a coach to Austria to go snow skiing while absolutely hammered, out of my mind, pint after pint, shots and all. And I spent 18 hours on a bloody coach to Austria on
That
my
sounds
18th birthday.
unpleasant.
I mean, coach journeys in general that are longer than like 3 minutes are just painful in general.
To be fair, I this was with a local youth group, and yeah, I had the trip booked like ages in advance. The trip itself was absolutely freaking amazing. Like, it was affordable. We spent like a week snowboarding, so I get to go do that for my birthday, which was absolutely insane. And if anyone gets a chance to go to Austria and go snowboarding, I highly recommend it. It is beautiful, and yeah, it's just awesome. But yeah, 18 hours, absolutely pissing drunk on a coach. Don't recommend that one.
Yeah, I mean,
was,
I've
however,
spent a lot of
the
time.
happiest person on the coach. Everyone else, this was like we're getting really late at night, and I'm stood in this. We were meeting in a Sainsbury's car park, and I'm pissed drunk in a Sainsbury's car park, going around saying hello to everyone. Like, "Hey, how's everyone doing? You excited? You ready?" And everyone's like, "Oh, it's late. I just want to sleep on this coach."
Everyone there
And
was
I'm
like, just please
"Yay!"
don't start a song. Please don't start singing.
Oh my
So
lord.
yeah, I was the happy one on the coach for 18 hours. I don't think I actually got any sleep on the coach.
I mean, I've spent a
Oh,
lot of
God.
time on buses, on tour buses, on Greyhound buses. I've spent a lot of time on buses. So it's not bad. I mean, I took a bus. God, it was probably
It's cool,
close
yes,
to
I was.
24 hours from. I think it was 2 days from
24 hours.
Oregon to Ohio to try out
Mhm.
for a drum corps, and then back again.
Hell to the no.
Yeah, well,
To be fair,
that was
I'm quite used to
after
road trips.
the
I used to
month
spend
before
a lot
I
of
had
time
gone
doing
from
road trips as a
Oregon
kid.
to Denver and back again. So I mean, I'm not in the buses. It's the drunk on the bus. That seems like a bad idea to me.
Yeah,
Oh, it was.
100%.
But it was my birthday. I was never ill. Like, I remember the whole thing, and I was definitely the happiest person on that bus.
Yeah, because
So,
you were also not sober. I've done
exactly.
my 2 worst bus journeys. I did it was an 8-hour coach ride from London to Paris, sober, which
Yeah.
was pretty miserable. But I also did a 13-hour journey from Vancouver to Banff when I was in Canada, and that was horrifying because it was also it was freezing cold.
Mm.
It was overnight, so I didn't even get to look at any of the pretty scenery. And the thing is,
Oh,
it
bless.
stopped so often on the way that you couldn't
Mm.
get much sleep. And
Mm.
like you had to keep on doing stopovers
Mhm.
and transfers and stuff. So I remember I was like Greyhound station in a place called Kamloops, I think, and it was like the bus changeover. So we'd have to get off. We had to get off, and we was just waiting in this bus terminal for like 20 minutes in freezing cold, and like it was April, so like it. I mean, shouldn't have been blisteringly hot, but it probably shouldn't have been as cold as it was. I was just kind of shivering in this bus terminal, trying to like get any amount of sleep. And as soon as I got to sleep, it was like, all right, everybody for Calgary, get yourself on the bus. We're ready to go. I was like, oh, man. I just want to. It wasn't good, but I think when I woke up in the morning, it was like 8 a.m. and I'd gone from urban city to just mountains and forests. That was worth it, but the 12 and a half hours preceding were not fun,
I
not good.
can. Yeah, no, I'm all right. I'm luckily I hate long journeys on a coach. In a car is a different matter. Like you just have a certain bit more privacy and space that you wouldn't
Mm.
normally have on a coach. But if you're on a coach and there's one person that just forgot to have a shower the night before, it ruins your
You know,
whole.
I can
Oh
deal with
my
that. What I
God.
can't deal with is the one person who's brought their baby along.
Oh my god!
That's the one. That's the
If
one that will
there's
do it.
if there's anything worse than that, it's the same thing, but on planes.
I was gonna say,
And it's
yeah.
Well,
worse
you
when
don't
they're
need
in
to bring
front
your
of you.
2-year-old on holiday. Your 2-year-old doesn't know what holiday is yet.
And
They
like,
experience the pain of life before you give it a break from that.
right? Tell me about it. Like, I remember on being on a plane
Mhm.
before. I'd been traveling by myself, and there's a mother and her child in front of me, and this child, she did not control her child. Her child then got off of their seat and then came round and sat next to me. Now, obviously, the first thing I was like is like, "Oh, hello,
Whoa, stand
child.
back, Corona.
Hello, child." There, this was well a few years back, but I was like,
I
"Oh,
presumed so.
hello, child." Being friendly as such, obviously, don't want to approach with the worst manner possible, and obviously, the child was like, "Hello, back," followed by screaming, continuous, uninterrupted, like nails on a chalkboard kind of screaming, like the type of screaming that would want me to pick up American football again for whatever reason. And
Just so
well,
you could throw that child as far and far away from you as possible.
one can only imagine such things. That I do not condone, but there's certain times when you kind of just think about it like, oh god. Anyway, after I approached the said child's mother and said, "Sorry, would you mind just having your child sit next to you, please? They is currently moving my stuff around, and I don't appreciate that." Approached it the most calm way possible, the same way that I've just said it to you, followed back with the standard Karen response: "My child can do what he wants." So anyway, Karen and her child ended up being moved away from myself and the rest of everyone else to the other end of the airplane by the stewardesses, which I also told the same issue that I had very calmly, and it was like, "No worries, sir. I'll make sure to get that sorted for you." And sorted she did indeed. And lucky for me, it was I had 2 rows of seats that were basically to myself, and it was so lovely, honestly, so lovely.
I
But
haven't had like that in so long. I imagine where you have like empty seats. Remember after, I don't know if the shit changed over there after 9/11, but America suddenly, like, it used to be you could fly and there was like room, there was
yeah,
empty seats, and then all of a sudden it was just like, how many people can we sardine into this flying bus?
It always astounds me whenever I get the plane and they're like every single time I've got on the plane in the last like 5 or so years, probably a bit longer. When you're at the gate waiting there's always an announcement that says, so this flight is fairly overbooked. We've not actually got enough overhead space. So if there's anyone who wants to put their carry-on luggage in the hold, can you come forward, make yourself known.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously no one goes up. Have you seen the size of the cases people are taking on as carry-on? It's called carry-on. Why has your case got wheels?
Right.
If it's got wheels, it goes underneath.
100%. I can fully agree with that. But
And this,
To be fair, I have a little carry-on bag that has wheels.
look, I mean, okay, I appreciate that some of them have wheels and some of them are backpack-sized. Case by case basis, pun intended. We can
But some of them are
review that.
absolutely
But
outrageous.
some of them are like, how are you getting away with that being carry-on?
Yeah,
That doesn't even
that's not
fit
a
through the
carry-on.
plane door. Never mind up into the air, into the air hold. It just blows my mind how they managed to get it on there.
I can 100% agree. But that's why they've brought those little cages in now where you have to be able to fit your carry-on. So that
Because
way,
everybody uses
people-
that, right? Everybody is completely responsible and always uses that.
Then
Oh,
people
no.
go, I'll just pay the extra so that I can carry my whole suitcase. Like, you don't need
Right.
that. You're on a plane for like what, 10 hours at like the most generally. Speak
Huh.
like, what do you need that urgently? All you need is your bag with some supplies in it. You need a bit of food, maybe something to drink, a crossword book, like a pack of cards, maybe. I don't know. You don't need your whole life in the overhead compartment.
Now, recognizing full well that I was an outlier, and this is not the standard situation. I did fly after I had surgery. I was on refrigerated medications. I had like a whole bunch of shit I had to carry with me, bandages and first aid, like all kinds of shit. So I actually got, of course, I can't put my hand on it right now. I'm not quite sure what I did with it, but I got myself a carrying case specifically for my refrigerated medications because I know that if I just stuff them in my bag, we're going to go through security and then they're going to pull me aside and blah, blah, blah. It's going to be a whole ordeal. They're going to have to like search my thing and like go over me with the drug dogs. And all right. So I put my medications in this separate bag, right? A little lunchbox thing. And so I had my little roll-on bag that had my, my first aid, my medical supplies, and all that kind of stuff. And then I had my little bag. My bag said,
Hey, yo, thank you very much for the 3 months
remember, it was
anniversary,
like,
man. Thank you very much, Rose.
refrigerated organ for transport or something like that. And it was amazing how many people just kind of was like they looked at me and then they're like, wait, what? Did I just, is that really, are you, no, it's insulin, y'all. It's freaking insulin. It's fine. So that was really fun, taking that through the airport. But yeah, refrigerated organ for transport.
Duly noted.
That'd
Get
actually be
people to leave me
hilarious.
alone.
I'd love to be able to get one of those cases just to literally, like, just pull it out in the middle of nowhere. Anyway,
It's a
But-
lunchbox. You can buy it on ThinkGeek.
I think I might actually make that purchase.
Yeah, it's
I
lunchbox.
think-
About it, it's white with red text.
But I think that is a lovely way to end this episode of Infectious Thoughts.
How did we pivot from like drunken stories to airport check-in procedures?
I love it. I love it.
What a
I love the
journey.
fact it's just after hours. This is brilliant. It started off as drunken stories, but now this is a specific segment of the show called After Hours. That was episode 24 of Infectious Thoughts. On here we've had JeTZzOfficial, Miss Shigatsu, and TackProductions. Each one of those streams to Twitch. They all have links that are going to be down below. Please check them out. And yes, you can say hello to YouTube, everyone. But it's been an absolute pleasure having every single one of you on. Honestly, it's been absolutely great. And if you are hungry for some more content, there's a little bit of a snippet of episode 2 that has been cut down on my main channel. on the 8th one. And that is episode 2 of Infectious Thoughts. They're going to be run through individually as the time goes on. But thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. It's been absolute great time. But
Jet
as
missed the
per
jazz
usual,
hands.
I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. I was trying to sort something
Missed
out.
the
that
jazz hands
needs to go up.
altogether.
Yeah,
oh god. But
sorry.
thank you very much everyone for turning up, and I will catch you all in the next stream. Peace out everyone.
Bye,
Love
everyone.
every single one of you.
Remember to wash your hands.